giant lunch today.
Did that make our YouTube video? I don't think it did it?
I have no idea.
Oh, man.
Oh, what a
Did
shame.
all of that for nothing? What are you guys doing in there?
It's a busy day. We got a lot going on. What do you? It's not your. Of course, it's not your fault. I'm not blaming you.
It's Mitch's fault?
No, it's not Mitch's fault. It's
Ryan. It's Ryan's fault.
No,
Jeremy's fault.
It's Jeremy's fault. Jeremy, who's
Jeremy
right now very busy editing the video of our lunch date at the Rah Rah Room today.
Yes.
And I know I shouldn't call it that, but I'm going to call it that anyway because I don't care. We were so we were.
My wife even texted you. Right, she did.
She did.
She said she texted you.
Can I tell you exactly what she texted me?
Sure, go ahead.
Your wife texted me. She's so sweet. She's such a kind person.
She is so great.
Happy anniversary, because today is my anniversary with my wife.
Nice.
31 years ago today, we got married.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary. Sorry it's my husband you're treating to a fancy meal.
Yes.
Yeah. Which is why I haven't really been like running around the house telling my wife about this fancy lunch, because today's her day. It's
her
not
day.
your day. It doesn't belong to you.
Yeah.
It belongs to her.
Well, unfortunately for her, it did belong to me today. Sorry, Carissa. But this is my day.
Oh,
this is my day.
Such not a good guy. We paid off the lunch bet today.
That's why I have such a nice wife.
She really does. She makes up for you.
She makes up for me.
Oh my gosh, she counterbalances you in so many ways.
Yes.
I paid off the lunch bet today. We went to the Rah Rah Room.
It's officially over.
It is over.
It's officially over.
The will they win more games than they did a year ago bet has been paid off. The bill was substantial, but not. It was within my realm of comfort. I was okay.
It was within the realm of what I thought it would be, too.
Yeah, it was. It was fine. It was. Like, you didn't order the bone-in tomahawk steak.
I did not.
The Lord, you didn't do that. But I just got to tell everybody. I mean, just real quick, the folks at the Rah Rah Room were so great. Josh Bartelstein was so great. Everybody was, and I'm not saying this because they comped anything, because they didn't. But they were so nice. They're not open for lunch. They all came in just for us. They took great care of us. We're going to have a video on it on ArizonaSports.com. We'll let you know.
What's
when
our
it's
waiter's
hot.
name?
His name is Jarrett.
Jarrett was
He's the manager, too. Jarrett was the manager. He took great care of us.
Laprario?
I don't remember his last name. His name was Jarrett. He was very
Carlin?
nice. No, Jared Carlin was not. No, he was not. And Ann and Neve were there to help us. They were fantastic. It was a great experience.
Yes.
We had a lot of fun. We're never doing it again, but
there were no discounts.
It was a lot of fun.
There were no discounts. It was straight up regular pricing. We had to pay for it.
And I didn't have a salad and a glass of water. We had the branzino. I had the
branzino was
the crispy chicken Milanese with some pasta.
Sauteed spinach.
It was really good.
He had key lime pie for dessert. I had this ice cream. Sunday monstrosity or whatever. Like, unbelievable how big it was.
So the bet is paid off.
Yes,
a substantial sum of money changed hands. We can now officially, as Mitch did this a moment ago, we can wipe this one off the board.
This house
is clean.
Yeah.
And we can move on with the business of talking about what happened in sports, which is exactly what we're going to do starting now.
Burns and Gambo, the weigh-in.
2-1. Swing and a comebacker to Loaisiga. He's got it. Flip to first, and the Diamondbacks sweep the Tigers to open up the home portion of 2026. Today, it was all about pitching and defense, and one swing of the bat by Corbin Carroll, the difference, as the D-backs are now 3-3 on the young season.
In the last 24 hours, this baseball team kind of grabbed the fans by the lapel of the jacket.
Yeah.
And like, hey, look at us, right? It was a great sweep. It was a great game. Zach Gallen, phenomenal.
I love it.
Phenomenal.
He had the one bad inning against the Dodgers, and that was kind of it. To bounce back and outduel Tarik Skubal in a game, just phenomenal, right? It's hard to sweep. We always say that it's hard to sweep, and sometimes you win the first two games, and you kind of take your foot off the pedal, and you lose that last game, and you're happy. Hey, we got the win. We got the series win. To come out there and win that game Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The heroics last night were unbelievable. The way they won that game last night, I can't wait to talk about that game. And then you come in today and you're facing Skubal, one of the best pitchers in baseball, and you're like, oh, my goodness, this is going to be, a chore and a half. That guy had an ERA of 2.21 last year, 2.21. And he throws a great game, but Zach Gallen was better. You had to love the Zach Gallen performance today. He did not walk a single batter, Bernsey.
Yep.
He did not walk anybody. Zach Gallen outdueled Tarik Skubal. That's your headline in that baseball game. That was amazing.
Zach Gallen, if you go back to last year, this is the 5th time I got this stat off of Twitter. Can't recall from who. I apologize. I should have written it down. 5th time in the last 9 starts for Zach Gallen. So obviously dating back to last year. 5th time in the last 9 starts, Zach Gallen has gone 6 innings or more, 1 earned run or less. Okay?
Yeah.
So it kind of, much like the Erod narrative, it buys in a little bit to this idea of, hey, maybe he's figured some things out. Maybe he's kind of back on track to who he was. I never would have had him out-dueling Tarik Skubal in a game. And Skubal, he's got a 0.69 ERA after 2 starts so far this year.
There was a stretch last year. Let me just say this. There was a stretch last year in which the Detroit Tigers had 13 straight games in which Tarik Skubal pitched. 13 straight games. They won 12 of them.
Yeah. They
won 12 out of 13 games in a 13-game stretch that occupied some of April, all of May, and just about all of June, and a little bit of July. They won 12 out of 13 games that he started.
Now, it wasn't always easy. In the 3rd inning, he gave up a double to Colt Keith that was about 6 inches away from going over the wall, and they were very fortunate that it bounced back into play. Just missed going out. Ended up being a double. He got out of that inning. Jose Fernandez, we've got a whole segment for Jose Fernandez coming up in a minute or two here. He had a great play at first base today after a 1-out triple.
The double play?
The double play. Caught the liner at first, made the throw across the diamond in the 3rd to get the double play there off of the bat of Torres. That was fantastic. Have to talk about the bullpen last night and tonight combined. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs.
Wow.
1 walkout, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. In the last 6 innings thrown by the bullpen today, it was Taylor Clark in the 7th, Murillo in the 8th, Loaisaga in the 9th. Paul Sewald wasn't available, and they were great.
I thought that's why it was so important to have Gallen get that 6th inning. His pitch count was low. By the time Gallen came out of the game, he was at 88 pitches. But not having him leave the game in the 5th, where you had to rely on 4 bullpen guys instead of 3, I thought that was the key. They got to the 7th. Clark was terrific, struck out 2. Murillo was terrific, didn't put a batter on base. Loaisaga got a little bit of issues, right? You had the double and then the big play, and then obviously the single, and then he got out of it. So he put 2 guys on base in the 9th inning, but no harm done. 3 innings out of the bullpen, no runs allowed. And you always one run lead. There's no margin for error. I was kind of thinking, this would be terrible if Gallen doesn't get the win here. Great to see Gallen walk away with a win in a game, and he pitched so well.
After getting swept by the Dodgers, they sweep the Detroit Tigers, 2 playoff teams from a year ago. I mean, you couldn't have drawn up a bounce back any better. You just couldn't have.
Somebody in that organization told me we cannot this is before the Dodger series. We cannot overreact to what happens in the Dodger series. And we cannot, not me and you, but them, the organization, not media, but the organization. We can't react to what happens in the Dodger series. And then they get swept by the Dodgers, and everybody's in full-blown panic mode, and the bullpen's no good, and they weren't scoring runs late, and then you come back and you sweep a good Detroit Tiger team that was in the playoffs last year. They won their first year. They actually lost to the Mariners in 7 innings, if I'm not mistaken, in a 15-inning game in the 7th inning. In the playoffs. I mean, that's a good Detroit Tigers baseball team that you just swept.
When we come back on the Burns and Gambo show, the 1 run today, but the series sweep. Yesterday, the Diamondbacks got a ton of runs thanks to the kid. And we're going to talk about the kid next on Burns and Gambo.
Phoenix Suns basketball.
Royce O'Neal inbounds. He gets to Dylan Brooks. He turns, shoots a 3, missed it at the horn, and that'll do it in Orlando. The Magic win it tonight, 115-111 to split the season series with the Suns.
No bueno in Orlando, and we react to that Suns loss over at our YouTube channel, the Arizona Sports app, and Arizona Sports 98.7.
I've been here for almost 30 years in Arizona, and I've been using the Lund Mortgage team ever since I moved here. From Stan Lund to Lisa Lund, it's the only mortgage company I've ever used. It's a local company. You get that trust factor. You know that they're around. They're here. They're your neighbors. You have a question, they're going to be there to answer it for you. They're not an 800 number in another state. That's what's great about working with a local mortgage broker, the ability to shop and get you the best rate and the lowest fees. But they also know, like they 30 years ago, they knew, like, hey, listen, we're going to win this client over. We're going to do a great job for him every time. And, when you move houses or anything, they know you're not just a one-time mortgage person, they know that it's probably likely that several times through the course of your time in Arizona, you will call them and need them. So that's why they do right by their customers. Right now is a great time to do a refinance or even get a new home loan, as they're pre-approving people for free right now at the Lund Mortgage Team. Call 623-889-0130. That's 623-889-0130, or go online at lundmortgage.com.
Drivers who switch their home and auto with Progressive could save money and time. Other things try to do this, but they really don't. Like the touchscreen at fast food places. It's not like you save time because it takes you longer to use a touchscreen than, I don't know, someone who works there. And another thing, you'd think it would save money because they're not paying a cashier, right? But no, same price. Also, why is there an option to tip? Who am I tipping? Exactly. Anyway, even if you can't save money and time with some things, you could with a Progressive home and auto bundle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers, not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oil isn't the only resource hit hard by global events. American farmers are sounding the alarm by fertilizer prices at planting season. Will this disrupt our food supply? Raising prices cause shortages? I'm not waiting to find out, and neither should you. Go to mypatriotsupply.com, get a 3-month emergency food supply. They'll include $200 worth of extra survival protein absolutely free. After serving more than 3 million American families since 2008, you can trust mypatriotsupply.com. Go to mypatriotsupply.com.
For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need to get the job done. With fast delivery you can depend on and access to technical product experts ready to help you meet any challenge. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
LASIK and EVO ICL from King LASIK gives you freedom from glasses and contacts. Refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision eliminates readers and cataracts. Hey, it's Vince Marotta. Dr. King and Dr. Kopstein have performed over 300,000 procedures, and I know from personal experience that they'll know the best procedure for you. Schedule your free Zoom consult today at K2VisionRLE.com. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, contacts, readers, or cataracts. K2VisionRLE.com. Hey,
this is Ron Wolfley. I'm here with JT Lee, the COO and co-founder of Moving Team 6. How you doing, JT?
Doing fantastic.
Tell me a little bit about Moving Team 6 and their involvement in the Pat Tillman Foundation.
Well, first off, just want to say that we're just blessed to be a part of it. Pat Tillman Foundation is incredible, but it's just not just about him. It's about our veterans that gave their sacrifice for our country.
If you've got a move coming up, go to movingteam6.com for more information.
Your move is our mission.
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here. The Diamondbacks go for the sweep of the Tigers today. We'll talk about our baseball team tomorrow. Shenanigans begin at 6 a.m. on Arizona Sports, the Arizona Sports app, the Arizona Sports YouTube channel.
I mean, the first one was awesome.
Now the pitch swung on. That is hit out to deep left field. This one's on its way. There it goes. Have a debut, Jose Fernandez. It's his first major league homer, and there's your spark. Diamondbacks on the board. It's 5-1.
But I mean, come on.
1-1. Swung on and barreled. High and deep. Left center field. Green looking up. She's gone. You could not write a better story. You could not dream a better debut. Jose Fernandez, his second home run of the game, gives the Diamondbacks a 7-5 lead.
Great call from Chris. Good call, Chris.
Down 5-0. You get the solo homer from Fernandez. It's 5-1. You battle back. Corbin hits the 2-run double. It's 5-3. Perdomo works out a walk. Gabby hits into the RBI force out. It's 5-4. And then you've got Fernandez against Kenley Jansen. And you're sitting there. You get the stolen base by Geraldo. Now you got second and third, and he hits a 3-run homer. And all of a sudden, the Arizona Diamondbacks are up 7-5. You're like, oh, my goodness. This kid, and everybody was raving and talking about this kid. He had a good spring training, and he's a young kid. He's very, very young, and he never played in AAA. And it's not like he was a college kid, right? There's a difference between college kids who skip AAA and high school kids who skip AAA. Like people, Paul Goldschmidt didn't play. Yeah, he played in college. So there's a difference with this kid. And people have asked me, why is he not so highly rated on the Diamondbacks prospect list? So first of all, those prospect lists, that you see, that some of them, they're a lot of BS, right? They're not real. They're like a baseline for who's the best in each organization. This kid was fast-tracked through the system by Arizona. He was fast-tracked. Like he was almost like you had a kid to play club baseball, me too. It's almost like a 14-year-old playing on a 16-year-old club team. Mm-hmm. He was always playing up. He was always playing up. He was always playing ahead of everybody. So it wasn't like he was dominating. He was good. But it wasn't like he was dominating everybody because he really wasn't playing in his age group. He was really playing above his age group. Again, like a 14-year-old playing on a 16-year-old team. So they kind of fast-tracked him a little bit, and then all of a sudden, here he is. The interesting part for me is that he's a shortstop. He's a shortstop. And that's what he is. That's what he is best at, is shortstop. But they put him at first base today. We reported earlier today that he was going to play first base, and he had the good play. He made the double play, smart, good reaction. Yep. Got, quarter line drive, then threw it to third to get the guy out. Yep. Now, and again, they project him as a shortstop, but if he's that good, he could end up being their everyday third baseman down the road. Now, they want to slow roll this.
Sure.
Because, again, today you had to face Skubal, and he went 0 for 3. So you got to slow roll it and not get too excited. But it was hard. It was hard not to be excited about this kid after last night.
But I think there's a difference between like getting excited about it and also trying to figure out what it means 5 years from now. We don't need to figure out what it means 5 years from now. Like we don't need to. No offense, we don't need to know if he's the shortstop of the future, the third baseman of the future. I mean, there really is kind of a, hey, let's just enjoy this for a minute. That was cool, right? Like what was the 8 players have done it since 1900?
Yeah.
To hit 2 home runs in their major league debut. I looked at the list. You looked at the list. Hell, Chase DeLauder of the Cleveland Guardians did it less than a week ago, right? But it's not a great list. It's not filled with a lot of prominent players in the history of Major League Baseball. And I'm not saying that to diminish what the kid did. I'm just saying that for now, we don't need to know the big picture stuff about Jose Fernandez. He's here. He was titanic last night. Torrey had to put him in the lineup today. I mean, really, he didn't have a choice, right? Like, he had to find a spot for him. Tarik Skubal or no Tarik Skubal, Jose Fernandez had to play. But it is exciting to think about, wow, if this kid really is getting fast-tracked and really is moving that fast, what, like, a homegrown stud like that, wherever it is they decide to play him, that's cool. For now, hey, we'll all remember what happened last night, and we'll all sit back and enjoy it. His reaction on the postgame show was awesome. It was great. I love the story about they're making the pitching change. Vest comes out. Jansen comes in. McCann and Carlos Santana call him over to the railing and said, okay, let's explain this to you. He throws this cut fastball. It's more like a 4-seam fastball. It's got a little rise to it. Don't be surprised by it. Kind of look for that. And they're explaining to it, and they're translating in Spanish, whatever. And he goes up there, and he sits on 2 cutters, one that was a strike, one that wasn't, and he sees the third one, and it's literally right where McCann told him it was going to be. Like, it's going to be right there at the top, and boom. And it was just
1-in-1 cutter.
It was just such a cool moment, and such a cool moment for the kid.
It was a no doubter too.
He's 22 years old, and I mean, it was an incredible moment, just an incredible moment.
Yeah, it was, and it's just people were excited. Last week when it looked like Pavin was going to go on the IL, he was taken out of the lineup in the minors. It was like, oh, he's not in the lineup tonight. He's not in the lineup. Maybe it'll be. And they were preparing that it would be him if Pavin had to go on the IL. Pavin played a couple games against the Dodgers. Elbow flared up. Put Pavin on the IL. Now, here's the thing, and this is what's going to be fascinating. When Gurriel comes back, when Pavin comes back, if this kid doesn't get regular at bat, he can change their mind. But if he's not going to get regular at bats, they're going to send him back to the minors. So, you've got to, you got to take this with a grain of salt. There is a responsibility to bring this kid up the right way and make sure he has a bright future. Now, he can make it difficult on them. He can play well, and just be like, I'm hitting 400. What are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do? You can't set me down. But, like, you're going to get Gurriel back. You're going to get Pavin back. Where does this kid get the at-bats? Now, you might say Nolan Arenado at third, but Arenado's a terrific defensive player. You might say Carlos Santana at first, who is a good great defensive player and does a lot in that clubhouse. He's a very good leader in the clubhouse, having Santana. I'm not sure how it's going to play out. They're not sure how it's going to play out.
And it's fine.
They're not sure.
We don't need to know how it's going to. Let it play out. Let's just see where it goes. Let's see when Gurriel comes back. Let's see how Arenado hits. Let's see how Santana hits. Let's just see. But for now, I think we can enjoy it. He was the 8th Diamondback to hit a home run in his Major League debut. Okay? 8 Diamondbacks have hit a home run in their Major League debut. Travis Lee did it. Seth Beer did it.
I remember Seth Beer.
Carlos Quinton did it.
Carlos Quinton, wow. Those are the originals.
Geraldo Parra did it.
Parra did it, okay.
Okay. Alex Cabrera did it.
I remember him.
John Hester did it.
Is he a catcher?
I don't recall. And you remember the other one? You're going to laugh at the other one.
Give me a hint.
Australia.
Lyle Overbay?
Nope.
Who?
Trent Olsen.
Trent Olsen
homered in his Diamondback debut, in his Major League debut with the Arizona Diamondbacks.
John Hester was a catcher.
Was he a catcher? Okay, yep. I couldn't remember.
Played about 70 games. 43 games he played for the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Everybody was excited for him.
He hit 3 home runs.
It was right, and that's the thing is like again, you look at a list like that, and you look at the list of players, 2 home runs in their Major League debut. And it does give you a moment to kind of tap the brakes a little bit. Not every player who does that turns out to be a great player. So we can all just slow down, breathe, enjoy the moment for what it is, enjoy the spark that it's given the Diamondbacks. Because like you said a second ago, 0-3 against the Dodgers, I wouldn't call it panic, but certainly it was like, oh, God, they got swept by the Dodgers. That's not a great look. I don't think anybody was really panicked about it. But I think it was, you don't want to get swept in the opening series. I think the jolt that he put into that team to allow them, as part of the process, to allow them to make up for the sweep against the Dodgers by sweeping the Tigers, for now, that is good enough. That is more than good enough.
It is early to count games like this, but whether you make the playoffs or lose the playoffs when it's in a couple of games, there are games you look back at. Rallying from down 5-0 against the Tigers to win that game is one in that plus column of why you would make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You could look back, hey, why did the Diamondbacks make the playoffs? Then there's a certain handful of games you look at. This will be one of them.
Oh, yeah. Last night will definitely be one of them.
Yeah.
Phoenix Suns collapsed last night in the game to the Magic after a terrible first half. Where do they sit in the standings now? We'll talk Suns basketball next on Burns and Gambo.
The Arizona Sports YouTube channel for live shows, podcasts, viral clips, shorts, and more. Just the local sports leader doing what we do on YouTube. Serve yourself some Arizona sports. Subscribe to the Arizona Sports YouTube channel.
Love telling you about Sanderson Ford. They are on 51st Avenue in Glendale, and they've got Truck Month going on right now at Sanderson Ford. It's a great time to get yourself into a new car, truck, or SUV at Sanderson Ford. They do a terrific job. They've got a great selection of the F-150s, the Mavericks, the Rangers, the F-150 Lightning, the Super Duty, and, of course, they've got transit vehicles available as well. That's where I went and got my Mustang Mach-E, and they've also got Sanderson Lincoln just east of the I-17 on Bell Road. If you want to get yourself into a brand-new Lincoln Navigator or an Aviator or a Corsair or even the Nautilus, Patrick Hyland, the crew over there, is second to none at taking care of you. Luxury vehicles, nothing like a Lincoln. Sanderson Lincoln is just east of the I-17 on Bell Road, and they got the boutique store in the Scottsdale quarters. For more information, go online at sandersonford.com.
Now is the time to start building your defense against the sun with All Pro Shade Concepts.
Exactly right, Wolf. Smart homeowners are getting their free estimates now for retractable shades and awnings for their patio.
Yep, if you wait until the playoffs to fix your defense, you're getting cooked.
That's right. Our shades are custom fit, so the earlier we measure, the sooner your home is protected.
Beat the summer rush and get your free estimate today and receive free installation. Go to allproshade.com because you gotta have shade.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots.
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
Hey, it's Paul Calvisi with Bright Wealth Management founder Matt Dagus. And Matt, taxes change everything once you retire.
That's right, Paul. When you retire, if you're taking income the wrong way, you could pay a lot more taxes than necessary.
And you help people avoid those mistakes.
Exactly. We analyze every account and create a specific tax strategy designed to save you money.
So get your review today.
Call us at Bright Wealth Management, 844-726-9116, or online, brightwm.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Foundations Investment Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. The content provided is for educational purposes only.
Hi, I'm Brandon Webb, former Arizona baseball player. Baseball has enriched my life, teaching me teamwork, confidence, and perseverance. At Miracle League of Arizona, we're sharing that gift with children, teens, and adults with special needs. Over 450 athletes get the chance to play, most for the first time, learning sportsmanship and building friendships that last a lifetime. Your dollar-for-dollar Arizona tax credit donation makes it possible. Visit miracleleagueaz.com or call 480-686-8137.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
KMVP FM Phoenix.
Live from the Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort Studio.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
I'm Mitch Vareldes with Trending Now. It's presented by Parker & Sons Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Well, there's no better way to bounce back from being swept in your first series than to sweep in the next series. And that's exactly what the Diamondbacks accomplished today. Corbin Carroll's first inning home run was the difference in a 1-0 victory over the Tigers. Arizona's homestand will continue tomorrow when the Atlanta Braves come to town. That will be the first of a 4-game series starting tomorrow night. As the Suns are preparing for their next game against the Charlotte Hornets, we could potentially see the return of their big man. Mark Williams is officially questionable on the team's latest injury report. Williams has not played since their March 3rd contest against Sacramento due to a left foot third metatarsal stress reaction. And if you want to read more about a health scare for Michigan basketball's point guard ahead of their big matchup with Arizona, or if you want to see who was heavily pursued to be head coach of the Suns this past offseason, it's a fun name. You can find out more right now on ArizonaSports.com and the Arizona Sports app. And that is what's trending now.
Hey, it's Vince Marotta. Join us Thursday morning. Can the Suns get their late game offense going in Charlotte? We'll preview it starting at 6 on Arizona Sports 98.7, the Arizona Sports app, and the Arizona Sports YouTube channel.
I don't know if you can, but this is a tip jar song for me all the way. That was not a tip jar game for me last night.
Royce O'Neal inbounds. He gets to Dylan Brooks. He turns, shoots a three, missed it at the horn, and that'll do it in Orlando. The Magic win it tonight, 115-111 to split the season series with the Suns.
That was a brutal game last night.
It was
front to back, brutal basketball game.
So I didn't think they were playing very well, and ended down 70 to 56. In that third quarter, and I thought that they did a good job of I thought Booker did a really good job of getting to the free throw line, timing. He went to the free throw line 1, 2, 3,
11 times,
4, 5, but in that third quarter,
11 times.
11 times.
Yeah, 11
just
times.
like, oh man, it was just like, well, okay. And they got themselves kind of back into the game. They finally took the lead. First play of the fourth quarter, Fleming on a fast break dunk on a pass from Royce, and they're ahead. Okay, they're going to win this game. What happened in the last 5 minutes is a Travis Shamrockery. I mean, it was just, it was a Travis Shamrockery.
Odenkirk on me, okay.
I mean, it could.
I haven't heard one of those. Pop Odenkirk has done so much since Travis Shamrockery.
I almost
forgot about Travis Shamrockery.
I don't even remember where it's from. I'm just saying that's what it reminded me of. It was a Travis Shamrockery. They couldn't score. They couldn't score.
No, they couldn't score.
It was the ugliest 5 minutes of basketball that I've seen from them this year. And we've talked about some of the late quarter collapses. This is something that they were so good at early in the season, was crunch time minutes and wearing teams down, and the other team was worn down and you were fresh. Man, last night was just, and not like, it's not like Orlando played well in the final 5 minutes. They were playing stupid basketball too. But the Suns got one basket in the final 5 minutes, and it came with 3 seconds left, and that was it. And it was Dylan Brooks missing shots, and it was Book missing shots, Brooks missing shots. There were turnovers. Royce had an offensive foul. Goodwin missed a free throw. It was like, wow, that was really bad, and they end up losing that basketball game.
Yeah,
Tough loss.
Like everything. Okay, I paid off the lunch bet today in the rah-rah room. So everything we're going to talk about the Suns today is kind of under the blanket of, we understand that this season is a success overall. Like we're not, it's going to be a lot of negative talk about the Suns today, but we also understand that they've exceeded last year's win total. They're going to go to the play-in, hopefully the playoffs, and that this season is a resounding success. That being said, I mean, other than that third quarter, man, I hated everything about yesterday's game. I hated how disinterested they were in the first half of that game, how long it took them to try to be competitive in that game. There was like carryover from the Memphis game the night before, where the Memphis game, they were really disinterested, I thought, until the fourth quarter. And then they turned it on, because Memphis was so bad, they were able to turn it on, flip the switch, and shoot right past them. They weren't able to do that against Orlando. Orlando had all the motivation in the world to play hard in that game last night, based off of their last result against Toronto and where they are in the playoff race. And the Suns couldn't even come close to matching their intensity in the first half. It was rough to watch. Goodwin and Fleming were the only things to like about the first half in that basketball game last night. And then if you want to fast forward to the end, of all the missed shots, Dylan, love that you're back.
Behind the basket.
Oh, would you stop with the hero ball nonsense, please? Please. You can't tell me down 3 with 30 seconds to go. That's the best shot you can get. That's the best shot you can get in that moment.
Shot.
It was just so.
It might be the worst shot of the season by any team at any situation in that time frame.
He was 1 for 7 in the fourth quarter.
He was in foul trouble. He picked up his 5th foul with 9:30 left in the third quarter.
Technical, so now we got to play that game.
Technical in the first quarter, very early. Oso picked up his 5th foul kind of midway to late through the third quarter, so he was in trouble. They went small.
61 personal fouls combined.
Yeah.
61 personal fouls, 76 free throws, 45 total turnovers, 44 total points off turnovers. That game was a mess last night.
And the turnovers are what got them back into the game. The Suns in the first 4 minutes of the third quarter forced 5 turnovers. They had an 11-2 run, and it was all fueled by turnover. Yeah, they got an 11-2 run. All of a sudden, it was a ball game. It was 72-67. They were back in it. They finally, made it a 2-point game. Later, Royce hit after they had been down by 14. They cut it to 2, and then again they take the lead in the fourth. But this is something that's been haunting this team for many, many weeks now: the inability to close out basketball games.
Yep.
Now, it's not like they had this big lead in the fourth quarter, okay? It's not like they had this big lead. It was nip and tuck, back and forth. I mean, it was tied at 98. It was tied at 100. It was tied at 107. So it was going to be a hard-fought battle right to the end. But, man, if you watch the last 5 minutes of that basketball game, it set basketball back 100 years. It was that bad of a basketball game, the final 5 minutes. It set it back so far.
In the month of March, in clutch minutes and clutch games, the Phoenix Suns their win-loss record is 28th in the league. Their field goal percentage is 29th in the league. Their offensive rating is 30th in the 30-team NBA. Wow. Their true shooting percentage is last. Percentage of points in the paint, 28th. Opposing field goal percentage, 29th worst in the NBA. They have been...
It's a recipe for disaster.
It is. And the amazing thing about this, I mean, it really is, their last 8 losses have been decided by an average of just under 5 points. As bad as they've... I mean, it's been the opportunity we've had for the last 8 games or so, even if they go 4-4, right? Just by swinging some of those close games and finishing these games and playing strong at the end, and the opportunity for quality wins, whether it was Boston or San Antonio. Gambo, I'm being honest with you and everybody listening right now. I'm worried about this basketball team. I'm worried about this team heading into the postseason because this is so not the best version of themselves. They are so far from the best version of themselves that I don't know if they're going to be able to get it back. Yeah. I mean, I know they're losing these games, and I know it's close. But I think anybody who's watched this basketball team for the first 50 games
compared to the next
and
25.
for the last 72 games or whatever, or the last 22 games, understands you're not looking at the same team. They're just not playing the same way. No. And I'm concerned. I'm deeply concerned that this is going to be a real quick ride.
Did you Jalen didn't play that much at all.
Yeah.
They needed a basket. Like when they really needed a basket, Dylan was out there missing the shots and Jalen wasn't. Should they have gone with Dylan? With Jalen? I kind of thought they should have.
I was surprised he wasn't out there. I thought it was he checked out with about 4 minutes to go in the third quarter and he never returned.
Nope.
The only thing I could think of is that maybe Jordan Ott has decided this is time to experiment with some lineups a little bit. Did you notice who he did close the game with?
Let me see. I have.
It was very veteran.
I had him with Dylan, Devin, Royce, Grayson, and Goodwin.
Very veteran.
That was the lineup that because they started Colin, Fleming, Royce, Allen, and Goody. They subbed out. Book came in at the 7:11 mark for Colin. Goody came in for Fleming at the 5:43 mark. Eventually, Colin came back, and that was what they kind of rolled with. Is they did bring Colin back at the end, but they had at one point
Goodwin got hurt. Goodwin
got hurt, and he went out. And then Colin came back in, but that was at the 128 mark.
Okay, so
that was at 128.
No Oso, no Green, no Colin. Very is he experimenting?
Colin, final minute and a half.
Is he experimenting with a more veteran lineup at the end of these games to see if that's how he wants to close these games? That's all. Because I thought they needed an offensive spark like Jalen Green, and I was surprised. And afterwards, Ott said, "No, we were just going small. Nothing to read into there." Well, Jalen Green's small. You know, it's not like Jalen Green's 6'9".
Yeah.
So I was surprised, and I think I wonder if Jordan Ott is just experimenting a little bit now because maybe he feels like he has the luxury to experiment with the 7th seed all but locked
I think Mark is going to come back in one of these next 2 games, as I've said.
Mark Williams is questionable for tomorrow's game against Charlotte. He's been upgraded to questionable.
So what we reported last week was that Dylan would be back in the first 2 games of the road trip, which he was, and Mark in the last 2 games of the road trip, which looks like it's going to happen. So the reporting we had was very accurate, but I don't know if he's going to play tomorrow or not, but he could. If it's not tomorrow, it's the next game. So now you'll have your full arsenal back, and then you've got to see, now you got to incorporate Mark back into the lineup. How do you do that?
Who wrote this tease? It's mean. Is the Pfaadt rock ship starting to sink? Whew, man, that's cruel. Next on the Burns and Gambo Show.
Wolf and Luke, middays 10 to 2. trying to run through all these scenarios and just trying to put myself into, we're doing the draft show on the night of the first round. How am I going to feel if it's like, hey, Cardinals just took Ty Simpson and you guys are going on the air right now? Like, what is my initial reaction going to be? I don't think you can take him at 3. I don't think you need to. I don't think you can. If he's their guy, if Mike LaFleur and Monty Ossenfort both decide, you know what, this is the guy. Like, we don't need to wait a year. Then go ahead and take him. But just, you cannot do this out of desperation.
Wolf and Luke, middays 10 to 2 on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
This is very, very important. I want you to hear this. Listen up. It's Gambo here. I want to tell you a story about Chris. Chris is 44 years old, healthy, active, 2 young daughters. Goes to Lifeguard Imaging for a full-body scan. Not because he felt sick, not because he had any symptoms at all. He just wanted a baseline so he could compare things years down the road, thinking everything's fine. I'm going to be all right, but I'd love to get that baseline. He figured maybe they'd find some kidney stones. He'd had them before. What he didn't expect was finding the early stage of pancreatic cancer, one of the most dangerous cancers there is. And Lifeguard Imaging caught it early enough that he got treatment right away, and today he's cancer-free. And when you ask him why he went in, his daughters. He couldn't imagine not being there to watch them graduate, to walk them down the aisle, to be part of their lives. Look, I keep telling you, Lifeguard Imaging is helping save lives every day. Taking that first step couldn't be easier because I'm giving it to you at an absolute steal. Get started the same way I did. Get a complete heart scan for you and someone you love for $69 total. It's a tremendous value. It's the savings of over $1,200. $69, you and someone you love. All you have to do is text SCAN to 620-620. That's text SCAN to 620-620.
Hi, I'm Brandon Webb, former Arizona baseball player. Baseball has enriched my life, teaching me teamwork, confidence, and perseverance. At Miracle League of Arizona, we're sharing that gift with children, teens, and adults with special needs. Over 450 athletes get the chance to play, most for the first time, learning sportsmanship and building friendships that last a lifetime. Your dollar-for-dollar Arizona tax credit donation makes it possible. Visit miracleleagueaz.com or call 480-686-8137.
Now is the time to start building your defense against the sun with All Pro Shade Concepts.
Exactly right, Wolf. Smart homeowners are getting their free estimates now for retractable shades and awnings for their patio.
Yep, if you wait until the playoffs to fix your defense, you're getting cooked.
That's right. Our shades are custom fit, so the earlier we measure, the sooner your home is protected.
Beat the summer rush and get your free estimate today and receive free installation. Go to allproshade.com because you gotta have shade.
Every morning starts the same. You're digging through piles of clothes, can't find what you need, and your closet still feels too small. That's not a space problem. It's a design problem. Space Solutions designs custom closets that maximize every inch. Voted #1 cabinet company in Arizona 4 years running, family-owned, Arizona-built. Right now, Space Solutions is offering free in-home closet design consultations. Spring availability is limited, so schedule yours today at spacesolutionsaz.com.
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here with my great friend Shane O'Hanrahan, GM of Chapman BMW, the guy that can make your car buying dreams come true.
It's true, Dan. I can't tell you how many times somebody has called or emailed me and asked for me by name and said, hey, Dan Bickley sent me to get the hookup. And you know what? We make it happen. So put me to the test. I will make your dreams come true.
That's Chapman BMW, 2 great locations,
1 great experience.
Gold demand is skyrocketing to record highs. As more Americans rush to preserve their savings, will there be enough gold? I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe physical gold is the only way to truly protect your 401k or IRA savings. Gold offers tangible security that can't be tracked, stolen, or inflated. That's why I strongly advocate for gold IRAs. To learn more, text the word SECURE to 989898 now. Birch Gold Group will send you a free info kit on gold IRAs. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust, and their thousands of great reviews prove I'm not alone. So don't wait another second. Protect your retirement savings today and see how easy it is to move your IRA or 401k into physical precious metals. Text SECURE to the number 989898 for your free gold IRA info kit. Again, SECURE to 989898.
Message and data rates may apply.
We got some really groovy tunes coming through for you and your lady on Burns and Gambo's Pfaadt Rock.
1-2. Swing and a foul tip struck him out. That's a dozen strikeouts for Brandon Pfaadt. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Brandon Pfaadt struts off the mound with a 1-2-3, top of the 4th inning.
Baker Street by Jerry Rafferty?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Jerry Rafferty, Baker Street.
When that sax kicks in, it's just like,
Oh, I know.
Shouting out the audience in Chandler for joining us here on the Burns and Gambo
A lot
Show.
of saxophone players in Chandler.
Lots
of saxophone players in Chandler.
players. Our Mitch.
Mitch, you ever played a sax?
Mitch is a sax player. That was his instrument in the band.
You know, in elementary school, they made us take like band classes, and so they gave me a saxophone. I kept chewing on the wood. There's like a wood piece and I kept chewing on it. And it was chewed on all the time. I seriously bit down on it so many. They're like, you can't, just forget it. You're not playing an instrument. Just you don't have to do anything. I would ruin the saxophone. The wood. You have to, some kind of wood goes.
Here, Gambo, try this one. We call this a recorder, and all you have to do is blow through it.
That's right.
Yeah.
The recorder.
I think at one point they just gave me like one of those tambourines to shake.
Yeah.
I kept biting on the wood.
Brandon Pfaadt last night. It's nice to know the Brandon Pfaadt Rock file is still functioning and active.
This is going to be a very, very interesting topic. I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes because I have a feeling about it.
Because for 5 innings last night, he was great. He was fantastic. And then for 1 inning, it was terrible. And he gave up 4 balls that were batted off the bat over 100 miles per hour. There was speculation that maybe he was tipping his pitches.
Yep.
Brenly was talking about it during the game. Gracie was talking about it after the game. And it was a really bad night for him to have a bad night because Michael Soroka had such a good night the night before. And it's gonna, whether they want to talk about it publicly or not, I get it that they don't. But it is going to be decision time here at some point.
Yeah, it's in the end, 6 hits, 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. I love the fact that he got through 6. I love the fact that after the 3rd inning collapse, okay, that first inning was great, 1, 2, 3. Second inning was great, 1, 2, 3. 3rd inning, he got the first out. Then an infield single, then an RBI double, then a single, then an RBI infield single. Burns, it wasn't like the ball was getting tattooed, okay? The only hard hit ball I thought was the green 2-run double that made it 4-0. Carpenter had a nice line drive single, but there was an infield single by Meadows. There was an infield single by McGonigal where Santana got it, and it was in no man's land. 2 of the hits were infield singles. You leave the game 5-0, and everybody's down on Pfaadt, and everybody's ripping him, and I'm seeing it. But then he comes out in the 4th inning, he goes 1, 2, 3. Comes out in the 5th inning, he goes 1, 2, 3. He comes out in the 6th inning, and he walks Carpenter, but he gets a double play out of Torkelson to end the inning. He's at pitch number 85, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? This is a lot better than people are going to make it out to be. And I know this because everybody's going to rail on he gave up all those runs. 5 out of the 6 innings he pitched were brilliant.
Yeah.
They were brilliant.
Yeah.
There was 1 bad inning, which included 2 infield singles. I am not down on Brandon Pfaadt the way others are right now. I could look at that outing and come to terms with he had a few bad pitches in 1 inning, and it hurt, but he was really good in those other innings. I don't want to give up on Brandon Pfaadt right now.
5 innings, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. You can't take some magic eraser and just erase a 3rd inning out of the equation.
Right.
But if you could, that's what his line would have looked like last night.
It was brilliant.
5 innings, no hits, no runs. And you see all the swings? All the swings were awkward, off-balanced. All the contact was soft. Nobody was really squaring him up in those other 5 innings. I thought there were a couple of hard-hit balls, obviously, as you mentioned, in the one where he gave up the runs. But in the other part, it was really soft contact. So I don't know what they're going to do. I know Merrill Kelly. I got the latest for you on that. Okay. Merrill Kelly is set. He threw a bullpen session yesterday. He'll make his next rehab outing on Friday for AAA. After that, Kelly could make his return from the injured list. He would pitch against the New York Mets on either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday of next week at Citi Field. Lovello said we're targeting New York. Lovello was asked about what he's going to do, and he said, quote, "It's funny how you guys went to Soroka. I haven't even thought about it, to be honest with you. It hasn't even come up. Like, what are we going to do?" Close quote. I doubt that. I'm sure it's come up behind closed doors is what, but it's coming. A decision is coming.
Here's what I would do, okay? A lot of times when I say something, people think I'm reporting it. I reported last night that Fernandez was going to play today, and then this morning that he was going to play first base. So sometimes this is just opinion, okay? This is just opinion. So don't whatever it's called when you start what is it called? Aggregating me. Okay. Don't aggregate me. I'd put Pfaadt in the minors as a starting pitcher. I wouldn't put him in the bullpen. You got enough bullpen guys. You don't need him in the bullpen. I would take Brandon Pfaadt and I would put him in the minor leagues until they need another starter. So that way he could pitch in the minors and he could pitch 5 or 6 innings every time and he could work on a few things. But that's what I would do. I would go, you've got Gallen, you've got Kelly, you've got Nelson, you've got Erod, you got Soroka. Right now, I got to give the edge to Soroka over Pfaadt. I have to. Okay? And I have to give the edge to Erod over Pfaadt. So right now, I think Pfaadt's the odd guy out. But I think he pitched well enough to be like, okay, I don't want to turn you into a bull. Because I've said in the past, I think he should be a bullpen guy as a closer maybe. But I think he pitched really well yesterday. I think he pitched really well. Mm-hmm. He had the one bad inning, which included 2 infield singles. Send him to the minors. Keep him as a starter. You know, eventually somebody's going to go on the injured list and you're going to need a starter. If you make him a bullpen guy and all of a sudden he pitches a month of only throwing 1 or 2 innings, it's going to be hard for him to get back into that mold of being a starter. So I would have whoever loses the job go to the minors, and it's Pfaadt because he's got options, and have him be a starting pitcher in AAA.
Mitch just looked it up to confirm. I mean, I knew this from spring training because I remember we talked about this during spring training, and I brought it up then. But Mitch just confirmed he's got 2 minor league options left. So there's room there. It would, it wouldn't be a demotion based off of whether he deserved it or not. It would just be a lack of real choices, right? Like, and I do think the most important thing here, and I really do believe this, is that knowing at some point you're going to need whoever it is that's not going to be the starter in your rotation, you're going to put that person back in the rotation. Someone's going to get hurt. Someone's going to get injured.
Yes. So why make him a bullpen guy?
I think the most important thing is to keep whoever it is that your 6th starter is on a starter's schedule. I think it's the most important thing. And unfortunately, because of that, the only choice might be to send Brandon Pfaadt down to the minors just to keep him regular,
So you agree?
I
with my and just my opinion, not my facts, but my opinion.
I agree that there's very sound logic to it. Yes.
Okay.
I agree because Soroka to the bullpen. I don't know if I want to. Now, I don't know if Soroka's going to pitch like that. I know he's not going to pitch that great every time, right? That was a tremendous outing from him, and it's going to be hard for him to duplicate that level of success. But I think the way he pitched, I just don't know how you take him out. I don't know how you say, well, it's not going to be you, kid. Sorry, you're going to the bullpen. And again, I think Soroka still needs to throw starter innings, and he can't go down. Brandon Pfaadt can. So we'll see. Look, we'll see if Merrill's ready to go. I'm not trying to throw cold water on that, but maybe this gets delayed a little bit longer in case they all collectively feel like he needs one more start just to make sure he's geared up and ready to go.
We don't know.
But at some point, it is going to happen. And then if you really want to blow your mind, think about the fact that at some point, Corbin Burns is going to come back, and they really got to figure out what they're doing, right?
I was in the press box the other night, and somebody said that to me, and I said, here's the thing. Like, there's 2 ways that could go. By the time he comes back, either they're in it or they're out of it. If they're out of it, the trade deadline's going to come, and they're going to trade Gallen. They're going to trade Kelly.
Yeah.
Or they could do that again. Even though Mel's got a 2-year deal, like, you can always trade these guys if you're out of it. If he comes back and they're in it, well, then it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, but it's still a problem. Phoenix takes center stage as host of the NCAA Women's Final Four this Thursday through Sunday when Gambo and I were in downtown Phoenix today. Downtown Phoenix, as always, was looking real good, like it's ready for a big event. Find details of all the free fan events, including the Super Saturday concert and the games at Mortgage Matchup Center on the contest page at arizonasports.com. Remember all those conversations that we had this past summer about the Suns' perceived obsession with Michigan State? Apparently, they went all the way to the top on that one. That's next on the Burns and Gambo Show.
Bickley and Marana Mornings.
We wondered, all right, what's it going to look like with Dylan Brooks back? And I kind of made the statement that Dylan Brooks' effects on this team might be actually even amplified because of the importance of these games. It was amplified, but not in a good way.
It was like Dylan Brooks turned up to 100.
It was crazy, and just the vibe of him and that team when they took the floor. But I didn't know what to make of it. I didn't know whether to hate it or love it.
There was also NBA history. 3 technical fouls, all issued to players with the same initials.
That was fantastic.
Desmond Bane, Dylan Brooks, Devin Booker. I guarantee that's never happened before and will never happen
Thank
again.
goodness Dan Bickley wasn't in the building.
Bickley and Murata, mornings on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
We are in for a hot, hot summer, a brutally hot summer. It's already started. We had incredible 100-degree temperatures already, and that was in March. Let's get your AC unit tuned up by Christian Brothers. They've been around for 50 years in the Valley, 3-generation, family-owned. They're techs, certified, background check, trained to the highest standards in the state. What they're going to do is they're going to go through your entire unit. They're going to give you an accurate electrical reading on every major component, the capacitors, the motors, the start gear, so you know exactly how your system is performing. They're going to check the refrigerant levels, the airflow, the coils, the temperature splits, the stuff that actually keeps your home cool in the hot summer months of Phoenix. Every tune-up includes a full health report so you know exactly how your system is performing. And for this, you only pay $50. Call 602-222-3535. We'll get that tune-up scheduled for you right now at 602-222-3535.
There are countless personal injury attorneys in Arizona. How in the world do you know whom to choose? Hey, everybody, it's Dan Bickley, and here is why you choose the attorneys at Sweet James when you are hurt in an accident. Number one, Sweet James used to work defending insurance companies, and so did many of his attorneys, and they were disgusted by how insurance companies take advantage of everyday people at their weakest moments, and now they use their passion, experience, and knowledge to give injured victims a voice. Secondly, they are one of the only firms that have attorneys with experience in over 500 trials, and they constantly deliver some of the top settlements in the state. Now, it's the compassion for injured victims that drive them to win and win big. So if you are hurt in an accident, call Sweet James at 800-9-million, 800-900-0000. Find them online at sweetjames.com. Proud partner of your Phoenix Suns.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-8157. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-8157. That's 800-575-8157.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
It's Desert Wind Harley's pre-owned spring clearance sale this week. Hundreds of Harleys tagged with liquidation pricing. Secure or even $6,000 at Desert Wind Harley's pre-owned spring clearance sale. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, no problem. Desert Wind Harley is considering 100% of all credit applications. The owner says 50 used bikes must go this week because we need to make room for the new 2026 Harley. You don't need perfect credit, don't need a cash down payment. Desert Wind Harley-Davidson is the #1 volume Harley dealer in Arizona. Pre-owned spring clearance sale ends this Sunday.
I'm Mitch Vareldis with Trending Now. It's presented by Parker & Sons, heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Well, there's no better cure for getting swept to start the year than to follow up that series with a sweep. And that's exactly what the Diamondbacks accomplished today. Corbin Carroll's first inning home run was the difference in a 1-0 victory over the Tigers. Arizona's homestand will continue tomorrow. The Atlanta Braves will come to town, and it'll be the first of a 4-game series. As the Suns are preparing for their next game against the Charlotte Hornets, we could potentially see the return of their big man and a former Hornet, no less, Mark Williams. He is officially questionable on the team's latest injury report. Williams has not played since their March 3rd contest against Sacramento, missing time due to a left foot third metatarsal stress reaction. And if you want to read more about a health scare for Michigan basketball's point guard ahead of their Final Four matchup with Arizona, or if you want to see who heavily considered the position of Suns head coach this offseason and his Michigan State ties as well, you can find that right now on ArizonaSports.com and the Arizona Sports app. And that is what's trending now.
Here are the top 3 headlines on ArizonaSports.com. I'm Ron Burgundy. Zach Gallen blanks Tigers and return to Chase Field as Diamondbacks complete the sweep. Mark Williams is officially questionable for the Suns game against the Hornets. And Tom Izzo talks seriously about the Suns head coaching opening before Jordan Ott got the job. Those are your top 3 headlines on ArizonaSports.com.
Oh, yeah, April Fool's. Not Ron Burgundy, that's Tyler Drake. But he got you.
Oh, yeah. Today's April Fool's Day.
Yeah, I know.
This whole thing is a travesty and a sham and a mockery. It's a Travis-sham-mockery.
Seriously, that was Bob Odenkirk 20 years ago, right? Since then, he's won multiple Emmys, and he's made big-time movies.
That's the first time either of us have seen that commercial.
You've never seen a Travis Shamockery commercial?
Never.
It's a Travis Shamockery.
It's funny. Wasn't he a writer on SNL? Was that where he got a start, or
that
something?
or The Simpsons?
One of the two.
Conan was with The Simpsons.
Yeah, one of the two. I don't remember. Anyway, not for nothing. And yeah, you can tip your LCD sound system for me too if you want. Speaking of April Fool's Day jokes, everybody involved with this says it's not. They swear it's not. Okay?
Okay.
And so this is Tom Izzo on the Dan Patrick Show today. And I read a story that was aggregated from this interview, and it was on SpartansWire.com. And they said this is not an April Fool's joke. This was very real when Tom Izzo went on with the Dan Patrick Show today and said, I was almost the Suns head coach. Take it away, Tom Izzo.
I've had, more than a couple job offers in the NBA and looked at one last year with Phoenix, and my former player, Matt Ishbia. And that was hard. That was a hard thing to turn down because, number one, I kind of wanted to go with him. Number
Wait,
two,
so they offered you the head coaching job?
Well, we talked seriously about it. Let's say that.
First of all, here's what I'll say.
Okay.
None of it really matters. Jordan Ott ended up being the head coach. Tom Izzo's not.
No.
The second thing I'll say, I'm going to say 2 things on this. I do believe that Tom Izzo is a confidant, as he should be, to Matt Ishbia. Somebody that Matt knows, somebody that Matt trusts, that Matt can talk basketball with and get people's opinions on coaching and things like that. I don't believe the job was ever offered to Tom Izzo. I just think that, you just have these discussions. Hey, would you ever do it? Like, would you ever think about leaving college to coach in the NBA? And, it's somebody that Matt has a lot of respect for, that Matt credits. Look, I think Matt's done a terrific job with what he's done with the Suns, and part of it is surrounding yourself with people that you know and people that you trust that are aligned, as we use that word, they're aligned. And it's a lot easier to be aligned with people that you have known for a number of years and trust rather than just hiring people that you're just meeting in a job interview and you don't know them. You've never known them. So I do think that it's probably something that was just discussed by Matt. Just, hey, would you ever do it? Would you ever think about it? But was it offered to him? Like, no, I don't think it was ever offered.
Well, and he said that. I mean, he stopped short. I mean, I'll play it again. He stopped short. Dan pushed it, and no, he clarified whether he was offered it or not.
I've had, more than a couple job offers in the NBA and looked at one last year with Phoenix, and my former player, Matt Ishbia. And that was hard. That was a hard thing to turn down because, number one, I kind of wanted to go with him. Number
Wait,
two,
so they offered you the head coaching job?
Well, we talked seriously about it. Let's say that.
Okay, so they offered you the job. Well, we talked seriously about it. He went on to say it was a hard thing to turn down because, one, I kind of wanted to go with him, and two, I don't like what's going on in college athletics. Now, I'm not trying to mock the Michigan State thing because, to be perfectly honest, I don't feel like it's fair to mock the Michigan State thing anymore. Like, I can sit here and giggle and go, oh, they almost hired Tom Izzo. Wouldn't that have been funny? Michigan State alignment, all that stuff. Man, I got no platform to mock that. I got no platform to rip that.
It's a great program.
It's working.
It's a great program.
Well, the Michigan State program is great, but I mean, this vision of alignment and Michigan State, it's not mockable anymore. It worked.
Got me a nice lunch today.
It got you a really nice lunch today. And so I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, man, Michigan State, they almost. No. Now, I'm glad they didn't hire him. If I can be, I know Tom Izzo is a Hall of Fame coach, but I'm glad they went with a younger route. Like, I think it will pay better dividends for them.
Yeah,
I agree. To have somebody, not that Tom Izzo isn't energetic, but if he would have taken that job, there would have been immediate questions about how long he was going to last, how long he was going to be here, whether he was in it for the long haul, could he relate to the NBA players after having spent his entire career in college. Jordan comes in here as not just a Michigan State guy because he was a video guy for them 15 years ago, as a respected, experienced NBA assistant coach, all right, who understands dealing with NBA players. Nothing against Tom Izzo. I'm sure he would have done fine. I'm glad he wasn't that interested in it and they went this direction. I really am.
I have no idea if it would have worked or not. I know that the Phoenix Suns this year have been a pleasant surprise, that the Phoenix Suns are going to sell tickets in the next, I think they're even starting to sell them now.
Playoff tickets are for sale.
Playoff tickets
they went on
for the
sale
Phoenix
today
Suns,
at 2 o'clock,
which nobody really thought was going to happen. The majority of people agreed with you that the Suns were going to be much worse than they were last year.
I wish those people would have helped pay for lunch today.
Yeah, where everybody should chip in $1.
Where was everybody who thought I was right to make that bet with Gambo last September? Where were you today?
You should Venmo Bernsey $5 if you thought the Suns were going to win less than 30 games. Mitch is grabbing us $5.
If you thought the Suns were going to lose less than 36 games, you owe me $5. $5. Because you all had my back when I made that bet with him before.
Yeah.
Where are you now?
Anyway. Bronzino was good. Oh, that sauteed spinach.
$5.
You had to see the size of the ice cream sundae they brought out. Oh, my goodness. You get to pick what you want on it.
You should have seen the size of the croutons that came with the Caesar salad. They were like pillows.
Yeah.
They were like little rest your head pillows.
The ones you guys were resting on when you started the show? Those pillows?
We were resting our heads on pillows of Caesar salad croutons. Yes.
Yeah, we're in a food coma.
I still am. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
Good
night, everybody.
A little bit of a food coma. So it
doesn't matter. Like in the end, what are you going to say? He was interested in hiring Tom. So what? So what? They cast that net wide and far, and they interviewed a lot of people. And I was able to inform our listeners and you, because I know several of the guys that got interviewed. They would call me after the interview and tell me how the interview went. Tell me who was, because I would ask, hey, was Matt Ishby on the interview? No. Was it a Zoom call? Tell me what they asked you. They wanted to know what would happen if we played Bradley. So I spoke with several of the candidates, several of them that were interviewed.
Did you talk to Tom Izzo?
No, I didn't talk to Tom Izzo. I didn't, because Tom wasn't interviewed for the job. That would have been one of these things where Matt and Tom would have just done it themselves and it would have bypassed everything else.
I'm sure.
It would have been like, you know what? Yeah, I'm interested. Okay, let me have you interview with my guys, and then we'll get back to you.
That's right. When Tom Izzo's interested in the job, he doesn't interview with the underlings. Yeah. He talks to the big guy.
Tom, we're gonna bring you back for a second interview. Do you have time next Tuesday at 2? Yeah, Tom, you didn't get the job. I'm sorry. We went with somebody else.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't. I'm with all due respect to Tom Izzo, I'm glad they didn't. Not because it would have been not as good as it is now. I just don't think it would have set themselves up very well for future success. I really don't. I think it would have been a very, very, very short-term hire. So anyway, interesting revelation, and who knows, maybe tomorrow he'll come out and say, April Fools, I was just kidding, it was a joke.
You don't know what to believe today, right? I mean, there's so many bogus calls out there.
It's funny, like a lot of friends today, like I mentioned earlier, today's my wedding anniversary. And
happy anniversary. That's
no joke. We've been married for 31 years, and everyone's like, you got married on April Fool's Day?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, we did. And you know what? I never forget our anniversary. Our friends never forget our anniversary. I got text messages from people all day long. I don't usually wish people happy anniversary, but I remember yours, happy anniversary, because it's April Fool's Day, right?
You know? I probably should have got married on April 1st.
Why is that, Gambo?
Because I think a lot of people probably thought that was a little bit of a joke.
Yeah.
Like, how did you get her?
Okay, yeah.
That's way out of your league.
When we come back on the Burns and Gambo show. All right, ready yourself for this. It's a new mock draft. The Cardinals trade back into the first round. But it's not for who you think it is. That's next on the Burns and Gambo show.
Phoenix Suns basketball.
Royce O'Neal inbounds. He gets to Dylan Brooks. He turns, shoots a three, missed it at the horn, and that'll do it in Orlando. The Magic win it tonight, 115 to 111 to split the season series with the Suns.
No bueno in Orlando, and we react to that Suns loss over at our YouTube channel, the Arizona Sports app, and Arizona Sports 98.7.
I do love telling you about the Lund Mortgage Team, from Stan Lund to Lisa Lund, family-owned and operated, over 30 years in business right here in Arizona. Truly, nobody does it better than the Lund Mortgage Team. You want to work with a local company. You're going to get tremendous service. You're going to get tremendous value. And you're also going to get people that absolutely care about making sure that you get the right mortgage. Trust me, there's a lot of people. I've heard from a lot of people that have dealt with a mortgage company that's not even in the state. And they get the wrong mortgage because they don't take the time. It's about volume. Want to sell your mortgage quickly? I want to get off the phone. I got to get its commission. I got to get my next guy. I can't spend 2 hours with you explaining this to you. If you don't get it, tough. Like they want to move on quickly. The Lund Mortgage Team, it's about you. It's about the right mortgage. It's about the lowest fees possible. That's what it's about. It's about making sure that you get the right mortgage for you, because the mortgage you may need is different from the mortgage the guy next door may need. You both may call the Lund Mortgage Team with different needs, and that's why it's important that you work with a company that understands that. The Lund Mortgage Team is available nights, weekends, anywhere you are in the Valley. Give them a call at 623-889-0130. That's 623-889-0130.
Hey, this is Ron Wolfley. I'm here with JT Lee, the COO and co-founder of Moving Team 6. How you doing, JT?
Doing fantastic.
Tell me a little bit about Moving Team 6 and their involvement in the Pat Tillman Foundation.
Well, first off, just want to say that we're just blessed to be a part of it. Pat Tillman Foundation is incredible, but just not just about him. It's about our veterans that gave their sacrifice for our country.
If you've got a move coming up, go to movingteam6.com for more information.
Your move is our mission.
LASIK and EVO ICL from King LASIK gives you freedom from glasses and contacts. Refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision eliminates readers and cataracts. Hey, it's Vince Marotta. Dr. King and Dr. Kopstein have performed over 300,000 procedures, and I know from personal experience that they'll know the best procedure for you. Schedule your free Zoom consult today at K2VisionRLE.com. K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, contacts, readers, or cataracts. K2 Vision RLE.com.
Oil isn't the only resource hit hard by global events. American farmers are sounding the alarm by fertilizer prices at planting season. Will this disrupt our food supply? Raising prices cause shortages? I'm not waiting to find out, and neither should you. Go to mypatriotsupply.com, get a 3-month emergency food supply. They'll include $200 worth of extra survival protein absolutely free. After serving more than 3 million American families since 2008, you can trust mypatriotsupply.com. Go to mypatriotsupply.com.
For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need to get the job done. With fast delivery you can depend on and access to technical product experts ready to help you meet any challenge. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Drivers who switch their home and auto with Progressive could save money and time. Other things try to do this, but they really don't. Like the touchscreen at fast food places. It's not like you save time because it takes you longer to use a touchscreen than, I don't know, someone who works there. And another thing, you'd think it would save money because they're not paying a cashier, right? But no, same price. Also, why is there an option to tip? Who am I tipping? Exactly. Anyway, even if you can't save money and time with some things, you could with a Progressive Home and Auto Bundle. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
it's Wolf. Can Jalen Green and the Suns bounce back against the Hornets? We'll discuss tomorrow at 10 a.m. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Welcome back, Burns and Gambo show on this Wednesday. Shorter show for us today off the back end of a Diamondbacks win 1-0. They beat the Detroit Tigers today to complete the 3-game sweep of the Tigers. Corbin Carroll, a home run. He went 2 for 3 off of Tarik Skubal.
He's playing well.
He had a couple of balls. It's good to see him hit the ball with power, and hopefully that hand isn't bothering him too much, because a lot of people said the power would be the last thing to come back. He barreled that ball last night into the gap for the double as part of that big 8th inning and part of the comeback the night before. He had the triple and the home run, so it's good to see. This was Oppo Taco power for him today. He went to left field, which is really cool to see. And, of course, Zach Gallen was tremendous. The bullpen was tremendous, and the Diamondbacks get a sweep. They got the Braves in town for the first of 4 tomorrow. The Cardinals, in the meantime, we are, oh, my gosh, is it 3 weeks from tomorrow?
The draft is 3 weeks from tomorrow.
It's 3 weeks from tomorrow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's okay. So it's coming, right? Like,
it's coming.
Soon we'll be done with the mocks, and then we'll just be able to talk about what they actually did. Latest mock draft today, and I brought this up during our show prep meeting, and you liked it because it's different. And it's
different, yeah.
And I'll save what I have to think about it here in a minute, because it is a little bit different. But this one is from Lance Zierlein, who is a mock drafter for NFL.com. He's kind of right up there with Daniel Jeremiah. He's like their 2 main mock drafters, I guess there's Bucky Brooks and a couple of others, but Zierlein's one of their main guys. Mock draft, he has the Arizona Cardinals taking David Bailey, number 3, in the drafts. Bailey, I got his draft profile here. You may play it?
Yeah, play it. We've played this one before.
Have we played Bailey? No, we have not.
Oh.
It's either Sammy, Jesse, Lauren, or Tyler Drake.
You want to go first?
Yeah. Lauren.
I'll go Jesse.
David Bailey, edge, Texas Tech.
The 6'4", 251-pound edge had 14.5 sacks last season for the Red Raiders. He wowed at the NFL Combine with a 4.5-second 40-yard dash, has multiple pass rush moves, and is good at using his hands when rushing the passer. However, he is a bit undersized and is not a great defender against the run. NFL comp, Denver Broncos linebacker Nick Bonito.
This NFL Draft Player Profile is brought to you by Bud Light.
Yeah, it's the first time we've heard that one. We've played Simpsons. We've played was it Arvell Reese? Was it Reese, or was it Mauanoa? I think it was Mauanoa. I think we've played Simpson and Mauanoa so far, and now Bailey.
All 3 of those.
All 3 of those. Okay, right. So congratulations, you're 3-0.
Wow. I'm on fire.
You're 3.
I gave you the first pick too on
that
one.
You're 3-0. If David Bailey is 3, I think it's the no-brainer of all no-brainers. I really do. I think if he's there, you run. You run to the podium,
run to the table, you take him.
David Bailey. That's what I think. I don't know if he's going to be there. I think his mock had Arvell Reese going number 2 to
And you
Jets.
like him over Ruben Bain?
I like him over Ruben Bain. Even though he's a tad on the smaller side, I think the motor and all, I like it. I like it a lot. He has the Cardinals moving back into the first.
Okay, I have not seen this. All right, go ahead. Tell me what they do here.
Okay, so he doesn't have a deal, unfortunately. He doesn't tell me what they gave up to do this.
Okay.
He just has them moving up from, I presume, the second pick in the second round up to pick number 26 with the Buffalo Bills. It's not for Ty Simpson.
Wow.
It's for Arizona State offensive tackle Max Ihanachor.
Wow. So move into the first round for a tackle. I don't see that happening. I don't even know. Do we even have a draft profile on this guy?
You bet we do.
Oh, we do?
Jarrett, Jamal, Mitch, or Tyler Drake.
Okay, I'll go first here.
Jarrett, Jamal, Mitch, or Tyler Drake.
It's not going to be Jarrett because he's not an ASU guy. I got it to Mitch or Jamal. I'll take Jamal.
I'm going to go Mitch.
It's going to be one of the two.
Come on,
it's
ASU.
It's going to be one of the two.
Come on, ASU.
Max Ihanachor, offensive lineman, Arizona State.
You know, this guy reminds me of Elsa from Frozen, because if he gets his hands on you, you freeze, stuck in place, and he will not let it go. Okay, well, that joke sounded funnier in my head. At 6'6", 321, the former basketball player has feet to mirror rushers and off-the-ball linebackers as he displayed his dominance at times during the Senior Bowl practices. And even though his wide hands open him up for holding penalties, his adequate timing and technique could help him avoid those penalties. NFL comp, Carolina Panthers offensive tackle Taylor Moton.
This NFL Draft Player Profile is brought to you by Bud Light.
I'm gonna go home.
I
my ego's broken. I had to pay a lot of money. Stop short of saying how much. I had to pay a lot of money for a lunch today.
Yeah.
And now I'm 0-4 in the Who Voiced the Draft Profile contest.
The lunch you paid for today is kind of like taking 10 workers out to a normal lunch and paying for it. Hey, you know what? I got it. I got the tab. Just bring it to me. 10 of you out. Just think about 10 people at lunch, and and you're like, I got it. I'm going to treat everybody at lunch today. That's what Bernsey did. He took 10 of us to. Actually, it was just me.
Yeah, it's just you.
It's just
kind of what I did.
Yeah.
We don't need to put a dollar figure on it, but I think most creative people out there can kind of do the math and figure it out. It was not cheap. Well, congratulations on being 4-0. I'm not going to lie to you. I saw this possibility, and I was very excited by the idea of walking out of the draft with a pass rusher and a tackle
in the first round.
Yeah. Now, it kind of mirrors what they did a few years ago when it was Paris Johnson and Darius Robinson, and that hasn't worked out awesomely yet.
Paris Johnson's been fine.
I mean, Paris Johnson's been fine. I'm talking about the
Darius Robinson didn't work out.
You expect 2 first-rounders. You expect both of them to be great. That does not happen, right? And so, yeah, no, I'm not. And I don't mean that as a knock on Paris Johnson. I just mean the idea of, oh my gosh, look at this first-round bounty. You got your future left tackle, and you've got your disruptive defensive lineman in the same first round. You would hope the same for this. I would hope the same for this. But in concept, I really like the concept of addressing those 2 positions in the first round of this draft. I really do.
Listen, I don't think they're going to take Ty Simpson, but that's me. I've said it all. I don't think they're taking Ty Simpson. I don't think they're moving back into the first round to get Ty Simpson. But if you're saying they get aggressive to go get it, now it doesn't say what you're giving up to go get that guy.
No, it does not.
So that's where it becomes a little bit difficult. Like, because I don't even know how many spots they're moving up there to get that guy. To move back into the first round, because that's important too. How many spots are you moving up?
8 spots.
Because they were moving with who?
Buffalo.
With Buffalo.
Buffalo was at 26. I think
Buffalo
they were moving
moves,
up 8 spots.
I saw Buffalo moves down to the second or third pick in the second round.
Cardinals were going from 34 to 26.
Okay.
And Mitch, thank you for correcting me. I think I've got butter in my brain from that lunch today. Obviously, Darius Robinson and Paris Johnson weren't in the same draft. It was Darius Robinson and Marvin Harrison Jr.
That's now the scary part is you couldn't remember Marvin Harrison.
No, I
Jr.
was just blanking on the name. I've got butter in my brain from that lunch today. That's all that is. Yeah, yeah. So
thank you to the rah-rah room.
Thank you for hold up the popcorn. Thank you for correcting me on that one. Yeah. What's the cost? I don't know. Did they have to give up a 3rd round? I'm assuming they had to give up their 3rd round pick this year.
Yeah.
In one of the projected trades we saw to move up to take Ty Simpson,
it was 2/3.
It was 2/3. It was this year's 3rds and next year's 3rd. That's expensive. That's a high price to pay to move up 8 spots.
It would be really, really nice to have the offensive line fixed by the time you get your quarterback.
Yeah, it would.
It'd be really nice to take a quarterback that's going to come in here and not get sacked 65 times because the offensive line is crap.
And it would be kind of cool to take an ASU kid.
Yeah.
That's worked out well for them. Pat Tillman, Jake Plummer, mostly.
Yeah. There were ASU guys that they got very later on. Todd Heap, Terrell Suggs that weren't drafted by them initially. But but they did get later on.
Yeah, so we'll see. They
had Eno Benjamin here for a couple of years.
They did have Eno Benjamin here for a little bit. That didn't work out quite as well as we would have. Mitch is trying to shove that one in the back. There were ASU guys that they should have gotten. Terrell Suggs when he came out, not later in his career, but when it first happened. But that was just an interesting thing to kind of keep in mind.
I was so close to picking Mitch on that one.
I did because
I was so close to it. Was either Mitch or Jamal. It wasn't going to be Jared Carlin.
Assumed that the ASU thing, but because I know Mitch is
I'll drop a hint. How about this? We've got, I think, 5 ASU profiles. I did at least 1.
Okay, only 1. All right.
So get around to playing that. Congratulations, you're 4-0, for goodness sakes. When we come back, no better way to respond getting swept than to sweep. And that's exactly what the D-backs did today. We'll talk Diamondbacks baseball coming up on Burns and Gambo. Stay with us.
One app gets you opinion, analysis, and inside information from Arizona's biggest sports personalities. Plus live streams, breaking sports news, and play-by-play.
Booker, a lob down low. Williams will jam it home on the alley-oop. Devin Booker hits Mark Williams. That's the bookmark.
Download the Arizona Sports app, presented by Ready Services Plumbing and Air Conditioning.
It's crazy. I could tell a Lincoln vehicle literally from down the road, like, a half mile down the road when it's coming. I'm like, oh, that's a Lincoln. I know that's a Lincoln when it's coming, in front of me and it's going to pass me. I could just tell. I love the Lincoln line. It's a luxury. My wife drives a Lincoln Navigator. We have been a Lincoln family for a long, long, long time. Right now, the Lincoln Spring Sales Event is on. No payments for up to 90 days on all the 2025 Lincoln models and the 2026 Lincoln Nautilus. This includes the Navigator, the Aviator, the Corsair, and, of course, the Nautilus. Plus, you get $500 bonus cash. $500 bonus cash, no payment for up to 90 days on all the 2025 Lincoln models at Sanderson Lincoln. Sanderson Lincoln is just east of the I-17 on Bell Road. Patrick Heigl and the group there is truly second to none. Incredible service department, great people, and an unbelievable buying experience when you get a Lincoln. They've also got the boutique store in the Scottsdale Quarters. For more information, go to sandersonlincoln.net.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hi, I'm Brandon Webb, former Arizona baseball player. Baseball has enriched my life, teaching me teamwork, confidence, and perseverance. At Miracle League of Arizona, we're sharing that gift with children, teens, and adults with special needs. Over 450 athletes get the chance to play, most for the first time, learning sportsmanship and building friendships that last a lifetime. Your dollar-for-dollar Arizona tax credit donation makes it possible. Visit miracleleagueaz.com or call 480-686-8137.
Hey, it's Paul Calvisi with Bright Wealth Management founder Matt Dagus. And Matt, taxes change everything once you retire.
That's right, Paul. And when you retire, if you're taking income the wrong way, you could pay a lot more taxes than necessary.
And you help people avoid those mistakes.
Exactly. We analyze every account and create a specific tax strategy designed to save you money.
So get your review today.
Call us at Bright Wealth Management, 844-726-9116, or online, brightwm.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Foundations Investment Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. The content provided is for educational purposes only.
As a social influencer, my days can be busy. 4 a.m., I hit the gym. 4:32, protein smoothie. 5:08, save time and money bundling my home and auto insurance with Progressive. Wait, if I bundle and save time, what would I do then? Just sit here and reflect? Like, why am I qualified to influence anyone? And how those weights are hollow? And half of my followers are bots.
You could save time and money bundling your home and auto when you switch to Progressive. It's one less thing to worry about during your already busy day. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
Now is the time to start building your defense against the sun with All Pro Shade Concepts.
Exactly right, Wolf. Smart homeowners are getting their free estimates now for retractable shades and awnings for their patio.
Yep, if you wait until the playoffs to fix your defense, you're getting cooked.
That's right. Our shades are custom fit, so the earlier we measure, the sooner your home is protected.
Beat the summer rush and get your free estimate today and receive free installation. Go to allproshade.com because you gotta have shade.
KMVP FM Phoenix, live from the Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort Studio. Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
I'm Mitch Feraldis with Trending Now. It's presented by Parker & Sons Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Well, there's no better way to bounce back from being swept in your opening series than to sweep your next opponent, and that's exactly what the Diamondbacks were able to do today. Corbin Carroll's first inning home run was the difference in a 1-0 victory over the Tigers. Arizona's homestand will continue tomorrow. The Atlanta Braves are coming to town, first of a 4-game series starting tomorrow night. As the Suns are prepping for their next game against the Charlotte Hornets, we could potentially see the return of their big man, Mark Williams. He is questionable on the team's latest injury report. Williams has not played since their March 3rd contest against Sacramento due to a left foot third metatarsal stress reaction. And if you want to read more about a health scare for Michigan basketball's point guard ahead of their matchup with Arizona in the Final Four, or if you want to see who had seriously considered the job of head coach of the Phoenix Suns this past offseason, you can find that and much more right now on ArizonaSports.com and the Arizona Sports app. This report is brought to you by Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. Summer playcation is back at Talking Stick Resort. Locals get rates from $129 with no resort fee. Book now for stays May 15th through September 13th for an unforgettable staycation.
Hey, it's Luke. How crucial is the Diamondbacks' upcoming 4-game series against the Atlanta Braves? We'll be previewing that series tomorrow at 10 a.m. It's Wolf and Luke on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
2-1. Swing and a comebacker to Loaisiga. He's got it! Flip to first, and the Diamondbacks sweep the Tigers to open up the home portion of 2026. Today, it was all about pitching and defense, and one swing of the bat by Corbin Carroll, the difference, as the D-backs are now 3-3 on the young season.
Can you imagine telling your guy A.J. Hinch last night in the 8th inning, hey, yo, A.J., you're up 5-1, you're going to get swept. AJ, you're up 5-1 in the 8th inning of this game. You're going to get swept. Can you imagine? Like, seriously. Like,
no, I almost don't want to even text him right now.
Right, yeah, maybe you shouldn't. Or he might be on the bus listening right now. So, hi, AJ. Safe travels. But seriously, it seemed in the moment you're going, okay, you're going to get a split. Now you got to win the series against Tarik Skubal tomorrow. Have fun with that. But then you got the amazing 6-run 8th inning last night, capped by the Jose Fernandez home run. Yeah. But there were other really good things that happened that inning, too. I mean, Corbin Carroll's double. There was a lot of good stuff that happened that inning.
That's a great point, because you're just going to look at the big at-bat by Fernandez and be like, oh, if he didn't win it all by himself. Trust me, some guys had to get on base for that, that to happen. I mean, you had to, first of all, the bullpen had to kind of help, too, because after – it's 5-0 and Pfaadt gets the 6th. I thought Hoffman came in and did a terrific job in the 7th.
Yep.
Right, that was big. And then you get to that 8th inning and you get the McCann double, you get the Lawless single. They change pitches. Marte works out a walk. Corbin hits the 2-run double. Geraldo Perdomo works out a walk. I mean, Gabby Moreno has 2 challenges. He challenges the first one, he's right. He challenges the second one, he's wrong. Hits into an RBI force out. So, like, a lot of things went right to set up that. I'm glad you pointed that out, because a lot of good at-bats occurred to get to Fernandez.
Marte's slide at home was fantastic. I mean, just got right under it there, got his hand on the plate as quickly as he did. Corbin absolutely ripped that ball. But from that moment on, down 5-1, you score 6 in the 8th, you win that game, and then you go in today, and you're thinking to yourself, at least I was thinking to myself, hey, look, you won the series. That's whatever Tarik Skubal does. You won the series, and it was a victory just to do that coming off the sweep. to win a pitcher's duel head-to-head against Tarik Skubal, and this is nothing against Zach Gallen. Zach Gallen's a good pitcher in his own right, but Tarik Skubal's a 2-time Cy Young Award winner in the American League, right? Like Zach Gallen, we're still, wondering which version of him he's going to be, and is he back from what happened last year and everything like that. Zach Gallen was tremendous today. Got a little bit lucky with a Colt Keith ball that went off the outfield wall that could have been a home run, but it wasn't. It came back into the field to play. Got a really nice double play from Jose Fernandez. But Zach Gallen was dealing. Zach Gallen, if you look back towards the end of last year, has been dealing over his last 9 or 10 starts. The numbers are really, really good. He gave 6 very strong innings. The bullpen was fantastic today when they didn't have everybody available. Seawald was down after doing the last 2 games back-to-back. So it was Loaisaga in the 9th. It was Murillo in the 8th. It was Taylor Clark in the 7th. Some options are starting to kind of emerge a little bit in terms of late inning, high leverage guys. They all performed. There was just a lot to like about today.
There was. You go back to yesterday, and Loaisaga wasn't available because they didn't want to pitch him 3 out of 4 days. And that's why it's important to get some starters to go 6 innings here. So if you could set up 7, 8, and 9, that's ideal for a manager. A manager will look at it and say, look, I should be able to win games if I can get it my way where I just have to use 3 relievers, 1 in the 9th, 1 in the 8th, 1 in the 7th. When you start to bring guys in, after 4 2/3 in the 5th inning and the 6th inning, that's where things get a little bumpy because, it's not like you have 7 high leverage relievers. Usually you've got 2 or 3 that you can count on. The rest of the guys are going to be brought in, like Ross was in that game the other day, and it was like, and he's getting pounded, and it's like, we just want to try to we just want to try to save ourselves from having to use 6 relievers. Mm-hmm. We don't want to use 6 relievers. We were up 8-0, it was 8-2, and you still kept him in there, and then a lefty comes up, and you don't have a lefty in the bullpen. I've been assured they're going to get a lefty up soon. And it might be Brandon Garcia coming up, but once Garcia is eligible, I think they're going to have Garcia here. They have to have a left-handed reliever.
They can't
do this. This is ridiculous. They got to have one.
No,
yeah,
they can't. Corbin Carroll's pitching line, he went 6 innings, no runs, no hits, struck out 2.
Corbin Carroll pitched?
I'm sorry, did I say Corbin Carroll? Zach Gallen. My apologies.
That hand must be in great shape.
Again,
it's the key lime pie.
Butter in the brain and the key lime pie from lunch today. I'm just a little off. Zach Gallen, 6 innings, no runs, no hits, 2 strikeouts.
He was great.
Tarik Skubal went 7, gave up 6 hits, the 1 run on the homer to Corbin Carroll. He struck out 3. He's got an ERA of 0.69 through his first 2 starts, yet he's 1-1 on the season. And Jose Fernandez, he went 0 for 3 today to follow up last night. You had reported last night you expected him to be at first base, and first base was where he was at.
First base was where he was at, and Mote was going to DH.
And it'll be curious to see how hard Torey Lovello works to get him in this lineup, and if so, where? Where's his spot?
He is a shortstop, and what they're hoping for is that he is a shortstop. Now, the good thing about a shortstop is they can play other positions. This is really hard for the Diamondbacks organization because everybody's so excited about this kid right now after the heroics last night. But you got to tap the brakes. He's a young kid. He's a good prospect for them. He's a good prospect. Some people are like, why is this guy the 27th ranked prospect? First of all, the kid was always playing, above his skis, above his level, right? That was, like I said, it was like a 14-year-old playing on a 16-year-old, AAU team,
right.
And you're under. He's always been playing up a level or 2, and that's why he's never dominated anything. He's a good prospect, but he projects as a shortstop. If Geraldo Perdomo is able to hold down shortstop, you could always move him to third base. You know what they don't have right now? They don't have a third baseman.
Oh.
You could figure it out, but he projects to be a shortstop, and you could always move him. I remember Derek Jeter and A-Rod short and third. You could make that work and have him at third if he continues to play. Now, the hard part's going to be when Gurriel comes back and Pavin comes back. If you can't get the kid regular at bats, they're going to send him to the minors, and fans may lose their mind. But unless he makes it really, really hard on them to send him down, it's possible. They just don't know.
It is. I think we all need to be. Look, it was wonderful, and I don't want to take a thing away from last night. I really don't. It was a truly special moment for him. It was truly a special moment for the fans. I think everybody was caught up in this wave of euphoria when he hit that home run. But let's also understand he's 22. He's still kind of growing into that body of his, which is another reason why. If you look at his minor league career, quite frankly, before last year at AA, it really wasn't that special, right? He was always playing a little above in terms of his age, but he really needed, he's a big dude, and he kind of needed to grow into that body a little bit. It's 2 home runs in a major league debut. Only 8 players have done it since 1900. And the other 7, I mean, it's not exactly a who's who among baseball's elite.
Trent Olsen.
No. That's for the Diamondbacks.
Oh, the Diamondbacks.
I'm talking about the list. I'm talking
about
the
major league list.
Okay, here are the major leaguers.
Okay.
Who hit 2 home runs in their first regular season game. Chase DeLauder of the Guardians just did it about a week ago. Trevor Story did it against the Diamondbacks and Zach Greinke on opening day. J.P. Arancibia did it in 2010. Mark Quinn did it in 1999. Bert Campaneris did it in 1964.
Bert Campaneris?
Yeah, Bert Campaneris did it.
He wasn't with the A's then, was he?
He was with
the
Kansas
Rangers?
City.
Kansas City. Bert Campaneris, I loved him.
Bob Neiman did it in 51, and good old Charlie Riley did it in 1889.
Oh, I wasn't at that game.
But, I mean, look, Story's a good player, obviously, and I don't know what DeLauder's going to be.
Bert Campaneris was a good player.
He was a good player, but that's not exactly a who's who.
No, it's not a murderer's row. No.
It's not exactly a who's who.
No.
So I think that's also a tap the brakes moment. It was a great moment. Let's not go figuring out who we're moving around to accommodate him just yet. You know, like we don't need to play that game of Tetris right now to figure out where Jose Fernandez needs to slot in for the next 4 years. Let's just let this ride out.
That's why when you have a guy that has a debut like that and everybody is like gets so excited, it's like, okay, like here comes Skubal. Good luck.
Yeah.
You know.
But to their credit,
they played him.
I thank God they played him. I mean, I really mean that. Like Torrey, you had to play him.
Yeah.
You can't sit him after a day like that.
He didn't even strike out today.
No, he didn't.
He went 0 for 3. Didn't strike out, I don't believe.
Okay.
Put the ball in play every time. It's not like he was overwhelmed out there.
When we come back on the Burns and Gambo show, after what happened last night in the NBA that wasn't the Suns game, are the Suns basically locked into their seeding with 6 games to go? That's next on Burns and Gambo.
Wolf and Luke, middays 10 to 2.
Dylan Brooks is, without a doubt, a wild card, and we all love him for that. He is a wild card, but you can't be undisciplined. And you count on him not getting a technical foul in the next 5-6 games. You can't.
I mean, we all thought on the show when he got hurt that he was going to get one from the bench when he was hurt. So he did last longer than we all thought. All 4 of us thought he was going to get one while he was out, and he waited an extra 89 seconds before he got one.
Listen, I think he went out with the intention of trying to fire his team up, and that is fine. I just don't think you need to be undisciplined to do it.
Wolf and Luke, middays 10 to 2 on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Love telling you about asset preservation, wealth, and tax. The great people over there like Stuart Willis do a phenomenal job. They've helped me tremendously with my retirement plan, with my financial plan, with the tax plan. A lot of people don't realize it, but much of the money you're saving and putting away is going to have to be taxed. When you get ready to take that out, you sit there and say, okay, I got a certain amount of money. Not really, because taxes are going to play and eat a big part of that up. So you got to have a tax plan because, as Stuart always told me, it's really not about how much you have been able to make and save. It's about how much of that you're going to be able to keep. The right tax plan will allow you to keep more of your own money, which is why if your financial advisor doesn't have a tax plan, he might be making a big mistake. Call Stuart Willis at Asset Preservation Wealth and Tax and get a free portfolio review right now at 602-877-PLAN. They'll do a great job for you, just like they have for me. Listen, there's everything to gain by speaking with somebody like Stuart that's got 5 locations in the Valley and is one of the best at what he does in the entire industry. There's nothing to lose, really nothing. Just meet with him and spend a little time and see if you connect. And if you connect, he might be a great guy to work with. Call 602-877-PLAN. That's 602-877-PLAN.
Investment advisory services offered through Foundations Investment Advisors, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Don't let tax refund worries hold you back. File now with TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They'll find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey everybody, Dan Bickley here, and we all know how important the home court advantage can be in sports, and that's exactly what you'll get from my friends at Advanced Window Products. They are a local window and door manufacturer that sells directly to the public. They've got their own factory right here in the Valley, which means you get faster turnaround times, no middleman markups, and windows that are custom built for your home, not generic sizes, retrofitted on site. Now, most window companies are just resellers, not Advanced Window Products. They'll build your windows, install your windows, then guarantee them for life, and that installation is done by vetted, trained, full-time crews, not subcontractors. Their windows also engineered for Arizona's extreme climate, which lowers your energy bills year-round, and during their spring special, you can get $2,500 off the purchase of 10 or more windows. Give them a call at 480-764-2110. Find them online at advancedwindows.com.
Hi, it's Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision. Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract. After 150,000 procedures, our team has the experience to tell you if it's your right time for K2 Vision RLE.
Schedule your free Zoom consult now at k2visionrle.com and enjoy life with no readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. If you or anyone in your family has been injured in a car accident, call us now, as the time to file a claim may be limited. Last year, more clients hired Morgan & Morgan than ever before, protecting America, fighting for you. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Want a great way to boost your brand? Custom labels at Staples will help packages pop, shipments stand out, and takeout boxes really take off. Shop now through April 18th and save 30% on all custom labels. Staples, that was easy.
Hey, it's Vince Marotta. Join us Thursday morning. Can the Suns get their late game offense going in Charlotte? We'll preview it starting at 6 on Arizona Sports 98.7, the Arizona Sports app, and the Arizona Sports YouTube channel. I'll tip jaw this. Na 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 na. Baby, give it up, give it up. I'll do a little Casey and the Sunshine Band today.
And for the record, last week he asked why we don't play his songs on the show.
You did. Do you remember that? How come you never play my music?
And
this
then
isn't like my music, but I like the song.
And then he proceeds to burst into song.
I know.
Like, look, I like a little of this Casey and the Sunshine Band.
Don't apologize for it.
Yeah.
You don't need to qualify it. Love it. Be it.
Yeah.
Take your freak flag and fly it.
There is just certain songs that you just like.
This one's. I like this song.
This is a good song. Yeah, this is a really good song.
But don't ever accuse us of not playing your songs. There's 600 songs in the rotator there. There are plenty in there that you love. Plenty in there that you tip jar. Plenty.
I've been really high on a Boston song lately that just pumps me up. It's called Something About You from Boston.
Okay.
We should put that one on the list.
Okay.
Oh, my God. I just can't get over how much I really have always loved that song.
Put it in the rotator, I guess, guys.
He's always said it's the only thing he appreciates out of that part of Massachusetts.
It really is. It's you know, it's probably their music's freaking great, and I hate it but that's probably one of my 5 favorite songs. I do hate everything that comes at it, but that song, I love the group Boston, but that song is one of my 5 favorite songs of all time. Something About You.
If you that noise that you just heard was Gambo's brain going, "Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it." You could hear it. You could literally hear his brain going, "Don't do it."
Something About You, Boston, is such a great song to run to work out to pump you up when you're down. Just put that song on, Something About You, listen to it, and be like, "Yeah, you're right. That is a great pump-up song."
Maybe the Suns could have. Are you playing it on your phone? What are you doing?
Oh, no, that was My Love by Petula Clark. I don't know why that came on.
Oh, boy.
All right, it's like what's playing My Love by Petula Clark.
Remember, we're on YouTube now, Gambo. We don't want to get copywritten.
Oh, God.
The Phoenix Suns, maybe they should play that Boston song in their locker room to get them fired up. That was not a great game last night, but they got lucky in the sense that, hey, shocker, Portland in Los Angeles beat the LA Clippers to end the Clippers' 5-game losing streak. So the Portland Trailblazers did a couple of things last night by doing that. They saved the Clippers from gaining a gain on the Suns.
Yes,
right.
So that helped.
There's
still the 3 games.
3-game back.
They're not catching them. They're not catching them.
So I mean, I think even if the Suns go 2-4, the Clippers would still have to go 5-1, and then it's tied, and now it goes to the tiebreakers, which is a division record, which highly favors the Suns. Right. The Suns would appear to be all but certainly locked into the 7th spot in the play-in. Now, it's not for sure. I mean, you start running the tiebreaker scenarios and you start looking at it just doesn't look like they're going to get caught barring a complete collapse.
Yeah, what did we hear today? About a 90% chance they're locked in. It's at the analytics
are suggesting there's about a 90% chance that the Suns are going to be 7, and that as of right now, it's about a 60% chance they would play the Clippers and about a 40% chance they would play the Portland
so there's still a chance that and especially with the Portland Trailblazers having another game against the Clippers, which could end up being the determining factor right there.
Like I think the Clippers play the Spurs coming up here, and if the Clippers get another loss, then I would imagine you're almost to like coin flip territory.
Spurs on a back-to-back, though, right?
That's right. I think they are.
Spurs are on a back-to-back.
But it might become a coin flip as to whether you're going to play the Clippers or the Trailblazers in that play-in game in the 7-8 matchup.
Listen, think about that matchup between Portland. Think about how much that matters if you're Portland or the Clippers.
Sure.
To move up one spot and get to 8 instead of 9. You're 9, you lose, you're done.
Yep.
You're 8, you lose, you get another game, and you get it at home.
Yeah, to play 2, to win 1. Yes, that should be a battle royale for that spot, which is why last night's game was so important. So if the Suns are indeed, a virtual lock, and again, I say that very cautiously because if they collapse, then everyone's going to blame me and say I jinxed them. But it would take a sizable, the Suns, like I say, 2-4, and the Clippers go 5-1, and even then it might not happen. If they're locked in at 7, I'd much rather. Well, I was about to say I'd much rather play Portland, but then I realized I'm breaking the rule by saying that. And the rule is that we're not rooting for matchups anymore.
Don't root for.
We're not rooting for matchups.
No, we've been burned by that before. Remember when everybody wanted the Timberwolves in the first round?
Yeah, I do.
And then you got this. They got swept.
That's what started the rule.
Yeah.
The rule is like, okay, we're done with that.
Yes.
We're done rooting for matchups. So I'm not rooting for a matchup. I
remember U of A. Don't want Wisconsin.
You didn't have to worry about it.
You didn't have to worry about it. You got that right. You didn't play Wisconsin. You're still there.
But we were talking about the Suns earlier, and I said this to you, and somebody on the YouTube chat, and we always appreciate the YouTube chat. Somebody on the chat said, Burns, what are you so worried about? I mean, like you said, you're worried about the Suns. What are you worried about? I mean, that they don't have championship aspirations. No, they don't. I'm starting to get a little worried about their ability to get out of the play-in. I'm not
going to argue it.
I'm not calling my shot and saying they're not. I'm just not been pleased with how they've played basketball for the last month and a half.
What you're saying is they've gone 20-plus games without playing their best basketball, and you're not wrong.
Yeah.
They haven't clicked like the first 50 games of the season. They were clicking. We were talking about them overtaking somebody to get to the 6th seed. We were also talking about a team that was very dangerous and nobody was going to want to play in the playoffs because of how damn hard they played and everything. Now, eventually, long season, injuries factor in, teams start figuring you out. The Suns weren't a lot of teams early in the season looked at the Suns and thought they'd be a pushover. And they surprised teams and they beat teams. And after a while, you figure out like, hey, you know what? They're not. And I think that's happened. But they haven't been whole and they haven't been right and they haven't played their best basketball. And I don't know if they could pick that back up in the next 5 or 6 games, but you're hopeful. You're still hopeful that they'll be able to do it.
And I guess I was just discouraged by last night because, and I know it's the first night and everybody was back and there's a lot of juggling and you're a lot of trying to figure things out. I didn't love Dylan getting the technical so fast. He was obviously overamped for that game, picking up all those fouls as early as he did. but I just thought their defensive intensity was so poor in the first half of that game, and I was really hoping that Dylan Brooks being back, even though he's not a great on-ball defender, I thought Dylan Brooks being back was going to kind of recharge their defensive intensity a little bit, and I didn't see a whiff of that last night in the first half, not a whiff. And so I'm worried that maybe we're putting a little too much stock into when Dylan comes back, everything's going to be okay. Because he was back last night and everything wasn't okay. I know it's just one game and it's not fair to put all of that in one game. But I took a screenshot again of their schedule since February 1st, which is kind of the line that we all agree they really stopped playing their best basketball.
Okay.
The quality wins. They beat Toronto. They beat Charlotte. They beat the Lakers. They beat Orlando in double overtime a month and a half ago. If you want to count Portland, you can. But I got 4 quality wins in their last 26 basketball games where I look at and go, hey, that was a really good win.
And we're talking about Toronto being one of them?
Yeah, Toronto was one of them. Toronto, Charlotte, the Lakers, Orlando, and if you want, you can count Portland. I wouldn't, but you could.
There were some tremendous, like the last Boston game. The San Antonio game. Look how well they played in some of these games and come up short.
Yeah.
That they could have been great games.
We'll talk more Suns basketball. We're moving some things around on the fly because we were a short show Wednesday. We will have our Suns conversation with Kellen Olsen next on the Burns and Gambo Show.
The Arizona Sports YouTube channel. Just the local sports leader doing what we do on YouTube. Serve yourself some Arizona sports for live shows, podcasts, viral clips, shorts, and more. Subscribe to the Arizona Sports YouTube channel.
All right, back here to tell you about Liberty GMC, 87th Avenue and West Bell Road in Peoria. You can shop and buy online all the time at libertygmcaz.com. Trucks, and lots of trucks at Liberty GMC right now. All new 2026 Sierra 1500s. They got a bunch on the lot right now, and they are looking to move them and move them quick. You can take $12,250 off the all-new 2026 Sierra 1500. You can take advantage of 0% financing. If you need something with a little more girth, you got the heavy-duty 2026 Sierra, $5,750 off that. And if you're looking for something with a little less girth, you can get the 2026 Canyon for just $349 a month on the lease deal. So whatever type of truck you're looking for, the Sierra 1500, the Sierra 1500 heavy duty, or the Canyon, they've got them, and they've got them at Liberty GMC. 87th Avenue and West Bell Road in Peoria. Shop and buy online all the time. LibertyGMCAZ.com. GMC, we are professional grade.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
It's tax time, y'all. If you want to file free, this next one's for you.
Now taxes is so free. Tax-free edition only. Roughly 37% of filers qualify. Simple form 1040 returns only. Now this is tax.
Love that jam. Up next, commercial.
Intuit TurboTax free edition. See if you qualify at TurboTax.com/free. No schedules except for earned income tax credit, child tax credit, student loan interest, and Schedule 1A.
Wait, everything on this IHOP value menu is just $6?
I told you it was amazing. A huge plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs is just $6.
Wow.
There's also French toast, a ham and cheese omelet, and oh, they got a BLT and fries now.
Okay, we're coming here every day.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Feast for just $6 with the IHOP value menu. $7 in some locations, available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Hi, this is Stuart Willis, President of Asset Preservation Wealth and Tax. A personal relationship with your financial advisor really matters. It's super important that you have the ability to talk about anything you need to with your advisor. So if you have been pushed off to a call center and you don't have a one-on-one relationship with your financial advisor, then reach out to us at assetpreservationwealth.com. That's assetpreservationwealth.com.
Investment advisory services offered through Foundations Investment Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Southwest Gas is proud to support the lifestyles of Arizonans along with economic development in our communities. Hi, it's Vince Marotta. Many of the businesses that have relocated their operations into Phoenix are dependent on natural gas to support business and production. Southwest Gas provides affordable, safe, and reliable natural gas service and helps provide a sustainable energy source our state needs for continued economic development. To learn more about the Southwest Gas commitment to community growth and economic development, please visit swgas.com.
I should have tried turning the microphone on the board. That's why I couldn't hear myself. Hi, everybody. It's Trending Now, presented by Parker & Sons, heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Diamondbacks bounced back from being swept by the Dodgers by sweeping the Tigers. Corbin Carroll today, first inning home run. That was it. The entire offense, the entire game. A 1-0 victory for the Snakes over the Kitties. Arizona's homestand will continue tomorrow. The Atlanta Braves come to town for a 4-game series that'll start tomorrow night. As the Suns are prepping for their next game against the Charlotte Hornets, we could potentially see the return of their big man, Mark Williams. He's officially questionable on the team's latest injury report. Williams has not played since their March 3rd contest against Sacramento. That was due to a left foot third metatarsal stress reaction. And coming up next, Suns guru Kellen Olsen hopping in studio with the guys. That's next here on Arizona Sports.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader. Suns insider Kellen Olsen joins Burns and Gambo to talk Phoenix Suns basketball.
We'll start with questions. Remember to state your name and affiliate, please. Up next. Back here. Kellen, great. Sorry, Kellen.
My fault, everyone.
Courtside with Kellen. Brought to you by Southwest Gas. For almost 100 years, Southwest Gas has been there, helping turn neighborhoods into communities, houses into homes, and big dreams into reality.
Yeah, moving some things around. Normally on a Wednesday, we're talking to Kellen at 3 o'clock, but at 3 o'clock, we were enjoying a Diamondbacks sweep over the Detroit Tigers, and we weren't on the air yet. So we're on the air now. And Kellen, God bless him, he's got his show coming up tonight, Arizona Sports at Night, and he's got a show in a half hour from right now, and yet here you are to talk Suns basketball. You're a trooper.
Hello.
Kellen Olsen, you're a trooper. How you
Can
doing?
everyone hear me? This is weird.
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Why? Okay. All right.
He sounds
this is where I was told to sit.
He sounds a little hollow
Like so
out,
far away.
like his microphone's not actually
This
on.
whole video world is like, we didn't sit at a table where we sat across from each other at
move over to that microphone.
lunch today. Oh, they
Kellen,
want you to move
over to that
one.
microphone. They want you to move over to that microphone.
You know that we sat at one of those tables where, like, lovers would sit with like next to each other instead of like across from each other. You know, so video
It
could
looked
video, so they
better
could
on-
video.
looked
It
better
looked
on
better
video.
on video for our lunch today.
Let's see where
We'll let him get
Hey,
that.
we'll let Kellen get this fixed out.
No, it's fine, guys. I got it.
I
It's
don't-
all good.
Oh, that microphone's
I got it.
on. Okay,
Yep,
you know what?
I can't move it. Oh, I hit the button. Now it's flashing. What's that mean? I'll just hit the button again.
Just say Danger Will Robinson. We're all
yes.
good.
All right.
God, live radio is the best when you make it live video. You good over there? Breathe, Kellen. It's okay.
I'm all right.
It's all right. Lunch was great. Let's talk about your U of A basketball team for a minute. Huh?
Yeah.
How about that? That's exciting.
Ready to take down Michigan now.
That's going to be a battle and a half coming up on Saturday night, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's the two best teams in the country for sure. I can't wait. I'm super stoked about it. I have a 3-part preview on ArizonaSports.com. Third part going live tomorrow. Can't wait. I think there's so much to this game. It's the two best front courts in the country. There's a lot of intrigue with the backcourt, like the whole Elliot Cadeau story today. He's really important to Michigan, so it's going to be interesting to see that in the coming days. And just can't wait. Been waiting a long time, ever since elementary school, to see my team back in the Final Four. Been a long time.
Yeah, I said this to Burnsy, and I've said this throughout it. Anything less than the Final Four, you would have been losing to, a team that was seeded lower than you, whether it was a 2 or a 4 or something else. So getting to the Final Four it's one of the few sports where not winning a championship, you can still be successful. You know, you've been to 5 Final Fours. You got to the Final Four. You cut down the nets. You celebrated. Of course, you want to win it all. But even if it came up short against Michigan, you can now say that this was a very successful season for the U of A.
Absolutely, and I think that's part of the intrigue behind the matchup, Gambo, because Michigan won a title in '89, and ever since then they've been to the title game 4 times, and they've lost all 4 of those national championship games. Meanwhile, for Arizona, a lot of the relief, at least from the fan base, was just getting back to the Final Four. I think every U of A fan can feel the way they want to feel. For me, it's I just feel relief that we got to the Final Four, and everything from here is house money. Now, I think some people disagree. If you have this good of a team, you should win a championship.
Yeah.
And I want them to. Believe me, I want to get them wrong, but I was so immensely stressed out that second weekend and just feel relief in seeing them get to the point that they deserve to get to, and we'll see. They haven't been back here since 2001 when they lost to Duke in the national championship, won the national championship 4 years prior, lost at this stage, lost in the title game, 2 other times before that. So it's weird. We're one of the best college programs in the country, but we've played 6 total games in the third weekend. So we haven't been here as often as you would think.
Turning our attention to the Suns, and I want to say this carefully because I understand last night was Dylan's first game back, and obviously Jordan doesn't have a lot of time to figure some things out before the play-in with different lineups and how everybody's going to mesh back together, and it's going to be a little bit of a rush to get this done. That being said, I'm a little worried this basketball team has kind of lost their way a little bit. They just the last 20 games, 15 games, wherever you want to draw the line, it feels like they're just that identity that they had. They're getting further and further away from it the more they play, and I'm worried about that, Kellen.
Yeah, I don't know what the factors are, and Gambo, I'm really curious to hear what you think, because we can attribute to a couple of things, right? Something you guys talked about a lot 20, 30 games ago is is it sustainable to play this way the entire year and be the try-hard squad, for lack of a better phrase? Or did this team just kind of get away from realizing what made it good? Look, those are incredibly talented basketball players. They're great at what they do, but the reason why they were a good team is because they tried harder than everyone else. It wasn't because they were more talented or more skilled than the other team. It's because they were trying harder.
That was their identity.
And you could tell 15, 20 games in, the guys were yeah, we play hard, but we're more than that. And I agree that they're more than that, but that base still needs to be there, or else you're not this team. And that base just hasn't been there the last 2 months. Can you imagine 2 months ago watching someone miss their own free throw and grab the rebound against the Suns? Can you imagine the Suns missing a free throw and then a guy leaking behind in transition and getting a dunk? It's just these mental errors, mental lapses, effort lapses that have been really uncharacteristic of them in the last couple of weeks.
I think intangibles would be, if you said, what's the biggest difference? So we could talk about they're going small. The execution in the last 5 minutes of that basketball game was atrocious last night. It was just atrocious. The shot selection was bad. And it wasn't like Orlando was playing good either. They were turning the ball over, and they weren't playing very well as well. That game was there to be won. I think some of the intangibles have gotten away from them. And I just think that they really have not figured out what lineup they want to put out there. Do they want to be big? Do they want to be small? What is the right lineup for the end of games? Because to be honest with you, they had a great third quarter last night. I thought Book was tremendous in attacking the basket, getting to the free throw line. But I think what they're really struggling with right now, especially with Jalen back and then with Dylan coming back in, is how do you want to end basketball games? Colin didn't come back in until there was a minute and a half left in a game last night. So I think that that's part of where they're struggling, is what is their best lineup in the last 5 minutes of a close basketball game? And I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is either. Bernsey and I talked about it a few days ago, and Kevin and I have talked about it on the podcast. I just don't really know what the group is, and that's a bad thing to have when there's 6 games left in the season. It feels like when you look at what their team has, what their traits are, what they need, what they lack, that 5th starter should just probably be Rasheer Fleming. It probably should be, but that is asking a lot out of your rookie. That is taking a lot away from your offense, where Royce and Colin as shooters, as connectors, are better there. And I think what we've seen from Jordan and his rotation choices, at least for the last month or so, is that he's prioritizing offense over defense. I think that he believes that whoever he puts out there, for the most part, he's going to be able to have a competitive defense out there, but it's maximizing their offense. So, for example, Malawach playing 3 minutes last night, Fleming playing more. He wanted more space. He wanted to maximize space. He didn't feel like that they had enough space, and he's made a lot of choices like that over the course of the year. But like Gambo, you're right. Like you were even wincing at like the idea of like Fleming starting. It just doesn't feel like right now they have the best answers for how this group comes together. And it feels like they almost need 20, 30 more games to figure it out. And those games are going to have to come next year because they're out of time.
I also felt like last night he might have been prioritizing seniority in the lineup with the guys who were on the floor in the last 6 minutes. I mean, they were the older guys, right? Like for the most part, no Oso, no Colin, no Jalen Green, obviously, right? Like it was much more of a veteran lineup for the last 6 minutes of that game. I don't know if that's how it's going to be. I don't know.
And it's going to be really interesting to watch Jalen over these last couple of games because what's happening now is that he's naturally going to get less shots, less of the ball. And so if he's having nights like last night where the shot isn't really going in, he's making a couple of mistakes with the ball, the turnovers, a couple of goofs for him defensively. Before, he could just go 11 of 21 from the field and it wouldn't matter. Like all the mistakes wouldn't really matter. Now that he's going to have the ball less, he won't be able to shoot himself out of it or shoot well enough to kind of balance out all the negatives that he was bringing to the table at points in some of these games. It's going to be interesting to see how that goes because I was just like, it's not your night. I'll see you on Thursday, and I wonder how short that leash is going to continue to be with him. And to be honest, if Dylan's leash is going to be that way as well, because he was not playing well in the fourth quarter at all, and Ott had better options to go to, but he kept Brooks out there. He did not do the same thing with Jalen. Is that going to flip, or to your point, is he just going to trust experience and seniority?
Yeah. Kellen, we know you have a show to get ready for. Go get ready for it. You'll be on with Arizona Sports Tonight coming up about 18 minutes right now. You and Mitch.
7. We're at 7.
You're at 7 tonight.
Yeah, Big Red Rage, baby.
Big Red Rage.
They don't sleep over there.
Big Red Rage from 6
It's football season all season, baby.
7 until 8, Arizona Sports at Night. All right, well, you still have a show to go get ready for. So
I
go
do.
Get ready for it.
Thank you.
Good luck to your Wildcats.
Thanks, Gambo.
On Saturday. When we come back on the Burns and Gambo show, now that the sweep is in the rear view, how will the Diamondbacks carry that momentum against the Braves? We'll talk D-backs baseball coming up on Burns and Gambo.
Wolf and Luke, middays 10 to 2.
Trying to run through all these scenarios and just trying to put myself into, we're doing the draft show on the night of the first round. How am I going to feel if it's like, hey, Cardinals just took Ty Simpson and you guys are going on the air right now? Like, what is my initial reaction going to be? I don't think you can take him at 3. I don't think you need to. I don't think you can. If he's their guy, if Mike LaFleur and Monty Ossenfort both decide, you know what, this is the guy. Like, we don't need to wait a year. Then go ahead and take him. But just, you cannot do this out of desperation.
Wolf and Luke, middays 10 to 2 on Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
All right, back here for Global Credit Union. They are changing what Arizonans can expect from their money. They're certainly changing what I expect from my money, because when I first got affiliated with Global Credit Union, it was because I had a car loan through them. And I think there are a lot of people out there who are associated with Global because they have their car loan through them. There's so much more to them than that when you consider the better rates and the lower fees and the commitment they have to their membership. And I'm a member. The commitment they have to their membership to saving them money through their checking accounts and through their savings accounts and through their loans. They are truly, completely committed towards the idea of lower fees and better rates, things that keep your money in your pocket. There's also great customer service, 24/7, 365, live U.S.-based customer support. So you're always talking to a person no matter what time of day. You don't see that at a lot of banks these days. Joining is really simple. Sign up online at globalcu.org or at any of their Phoenix area branches. Global Credit Union, better rates, fewer fees, real savings, and the kind of service that makes your money work smarter for you.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to CarShield.com. That's carshield.com today.
Hi, I'm Brandon Webb, former Arizona baseball player. Baseball has enriched my life, teaching me teamwork, confidence, and perseverance. At Miracle League of Arizona, we're sharing that gift with children, teens, and adults with special needs. Over 450 athletes get the chance to play, most for the first time, learning sportsmanship and building friendships that last a lifetime. Your dollar-for-dollar Arizona tax credit donation makes it possible. Visit miracleleagueaz.com or call 480-686-8137.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I think, as most people know by now, Dr. Jay Schwartz is the team eye doctor for your Arizona Diamondbacks and Phoenix Suns. Locations in Glendale, Scottsdale, and Mesa. These are my family's eye doctor ever since I moved to the Valley. Took care of my dry eye when I first got here. I had LASIK surgery done there. My kids have all gone to the Schwartz Laser Eye Center, my wife as well, to make sure that we are taken care of when it comes to our eyes. Dr. Jay Schwartz is simply the best at what he does in the industry. So if you are looking for a special offer on a vision correction deal, all you got to do is text I to 620-620, and I will get you an amazing offer that you can follow up on. That's text I, EYE, to 620-620. LASIK surgery was incredible for me. I'll be 60 years old later this year. No glasses, no contacts, no readers. I see great daytime, nighttime, up close, far away, thanks to the Schwartz Laser Eye Center. Call 480-483-EYES or go online at teamidoc.com for more information.
Arizona Sports, the local sports leader.
Burns and Gambo, what's on tonight?
What's on tonight? The games that we're going to watch this evening, and it's brought to you by Global Credit Union. Explore the benefits of becoming a member by going to globalcu.org. Well, we've already had our D-backs game today. They beat the Tigers 1-0. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. There is some NBA action on tonight. I'm looking to see if anybody important relative to the Suns play. It doesn't appear so. So I think you can watch just about whatever you want. Whatever you want, Gambo.
Whatever your heart desires.
What do you want to watch tonight? It's up to you.
I don't know. I'll find something on Netflix or
are you just gonna?
I don't know. I might be so tired from that meal.
I was gonna say you're just gonna pop on a video of our lunch at the Rah Rah Room and just rewatch that.
I know Cam Cox from Channel 12 was down there filming it, so that'll be on about 6:45 tonight on TV.
That's what's on tonight. We're going to be on Channel 12.
We're on Channel 12 with Cam Cox.
At about somewhere in this, I don't know, like 6:45, I think is when we said we were going to be on. I don't know. It was.
We have a social clip up now on
where?
Burns and Gambo's Instagram and Burns and Gambo's Facebook.
If you don't even have to, thank you, Mitch. You know what? Yes, we should be puffing our chest.
Yeah, Jeremy was out there.
At Burns and Gambo on Instagram and Facebook.
If you want to watch Gambo and I at lunch today, it's not the whole experience, but if you want to watch it, go to our Instagram page and just Facebook. Okay, Instagram and Facebook.
I'll get it on Twitter later.
You'll get it on Twitter a little bit later? Okay, so yeah, Jeremy was out there filming the whole thing. Did a fantastic job.
We got him some pasta.
We did. He ate. We
got some pasta.
He ate pretty well. It really was. I mean, yes, it was expensive. I'm not going to lie. It was expensive, but it was, they were great. They were terrific. Jarrett, the general manager down there, he was awesome. Neve and Ann, they were fantastic. I mean, everybody was, the kitchen staff, they don't normally do a lunch.
They're not open for lunch.
They're not open for lunch.
They came in open just for
everybody came in and just for us. So I hope.
I heard you were spending a lot of money. Like, if he's good, we'll come in.
I hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
Because it's never happening again.
No.
It's never we're never betting that big again.
No, I didn't
ever.
I didn't remember this, but you were the one that said go big on the lunch bet.
I did. I was so sure that you were so wrong.
Let's go big. We'll go big. Go big or go home.
Believe I was the one who said let's go big because I was so sure. Like, he is nuts. The Suns are not winning more basketball games than they won a year ago. They're just not. So let's make this a big lunch bet.
And I even had an out with the injuries, and I said, nope, I don't even care about the injury. Somebody gets injured, I don't care. Jalen Green missed most of the season. I didn't care.
I was concerned about you. I was like Devin Booker could miss 2 months of the season.
Didn't care.
You'll never win the bet if Devin Booker misses 2 months of the season.
Jalen Green missed most of the season.
He did. And it's like, do you want an out? Do you want an injury out? Nope.
No outs.
I don't need one. Okay.
They got rid of Kevin Durant. They're better.
Okay.
I mean, truly, it came down to that. I thought that they would be better because they got rid of Durant.
So go to our Instagram page, and you will be able to watch some of the video footage that Jeremy shot of you and I at lunch. In the meantime, right when our lunch ended, we were able to get in the car, listen to the game here on Arizona Sports, get back and watch the end of it. The Arizona Diamondbacks, the very satisfying, very satisfying 3-game sweep of the Detroit Tigers to really kind of help. I mean, you started the season 3-3 against 2 playoff teams last year.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, one of them was the LA Dodgers, and they're at like a superhuman level in terms of their roster and how they're built. But at the end of the day, we've talked so many times about the need to just hang in there with this schedule. The Diamondbacks, 6 games in, are very much hanging in there against the schedule. Everything's fine.
There was and this wasn't anything to the media or to the public, but internally, the Diamondbacks did not want to overreact to what was going to happen in the Dodger series. And this is before they even played one game against the Dodgers. They thought a key was to not overreact to whatever happened, good, bad, or ugly. They got swept by the Dodgers. And, the Dodgers are going to sweep a lot of teams. They're a great baseball team. You come back and you sweep the Tigers. Now, we had said this, the most important thing is to win series. It's hard to sweep somebody. You don't want to get swept, but in the end, if you can avoid getting swept a lot and then just win series, you'll go to the playoffs. It's so odd that the season has started with a losing sweep and a winning sweep. Mm-hmm. It's just, I'd love to go back. And I guess our great guys at Diamondback Stats and Info, have the Diamondbacks ever started a season in which there's been 2 sweeps in one way or another?
I bet by the time we're on the air tomorrow at 2:00, we'll know the answer to that question. I bet. I mean, I could look. It'd take me a minute to figure it out.
I know.
If somebody doesn't do the work for me, I'll look it up.
It's just odd that you would open a series with a sweep one way and then a sweep another way.
Yeah. Now here come the Braves for a 4-game series. Ryan Nelson tomorrow. I'm sure we'll talk a lot about this series tomorrow because the Braves are another good baseball team expected to contend. I think these 4 games are as important as 4 games at the beginning of April can be because I think this is a team that you will be directly competing with for a National League wildcard spot. I mean, directly. And as they have, quite frankly, for the last couple of years anyway. And so I think it puts a lot of emphasis on these games and finishing the homestand strong because then when you're done with this one, you turn around and you go play another one in the New York Mets. And then when you're done with that one, you go play another one in the Philadelphia Phillies. This begins a stretch of, 10 straight games against teams that you are directly competing against for NL wildcard spots. They are very, very important for tiebreaker scenarios and things of that nature.
You don't think about it that early, right? About that team, but at the end of the season, you like we said with the win yesterday against the Tigers, being down 5-0. If you get to the end of the season and you make the playoffs by a game or 2, these are the games you look back at and say, okay, that mattered.
Yeah,
that mattered.
Yeah, and then of course we'll all be watching for the return of Merrill Kelly when that happens next week against the Mets. If all goes according to plan, that will happen next week against the Mets, and when it does, decision time in the starting rotation, and we'll see what they do. That's going to do it for us. Big Red Rage is next. Kellen and Mitch are on after that with Arizona Sports Tonight from 7 until 8. That's going to do it for us. We're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow straight up 2 o'clock on the Burns and Gambo Show.
Have a great night, everyone.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Live streaming audio, podcasts, video highlights. The Arizona Sports app has all this and more from the local sports leader and Phoenix Suns play-by-play.
Devin Booker from downtown.
Download the Arizona Sports app, presented by Ready Services Plumbing and Air Conditioning.
Hey guys, Tom Chambers here with a faster way to pay off your mortgage from my friends at Galaxy Lending Group. The Ownership Accelerator loan helps you pay off your home decades faster using the income you already make without changing your lifestyle. Many Galaxy clients pay off their homes in 5 years, not decades. Schedule a free 10-minute call to see how much faster you could pay off your mortgage. Visit GalaxyLendingGroup.com/radio or text Galaxy to 620-620.
NMLS ID 142766 and Equal Housing Lender. Message and data rates may apply.
Most financial advisors only manage your money. They refer you out for taxes. They refer you out for estate planning. They refer you out when things get complicated. Did they really vet that person? Or did they meet once, exchange business cards, and call it a partnership? A referral isn't accountability. It's a handoff. When your investments, taxes, and estate plan are built separately, gaps happen, and those can cost money. At Trajan, we didn't build a referral network. We built a family office for all. Wealth, tax, estate. One team delivering coordinated planning, once reserved for the ultra-wealthy. If you want real coordination and not just introductions, call Trajan Wealth today. Call Trajan today at 480-360-7900. That's 480-360-7900.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
It's a fact. When your eyes work correctly, light focuses through both your cornea and your lens to give you high-quality vision. Hi, it's Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision. Here's another fact. As we near age 50, we begin to lose the quality and function of our natural lens. That's when we start to reach for reading glasses and contemplate those cataracts on the horizon, typically in our 70s or later, but inevitable if we get old enough. Fortunately, K2 Vision has the advanced permanent solution for both, refractive lens exchange, or RLE. K2 Vision RLE is a quick, painless procedure that restores distance and near vision permanently. Plus, another thing is permanent. You will never develop a cataract. After over 20 years replacing over 100,000 failing lenses, we will help you determine when it's your right time for RLE.
Schedule your free Zoom consult today at K2VisionRLE.com. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Being hurt in an accident can change your life, and we want you to be empowered in that situation, and that is why we tell you to call Sweet James. Hey, everybody, Dan Bickley here, and when one of our listeners got hurt in a motorcycle accident, he was shocked by the lowball offer he got from the insurance company, and he called Sweet James, and his new team of attorneys helped him get the medical care needed to get on that bike again, and then they fought tirelessly to deliver a $400,000 win. Now, no firm can guarantee outcomes, but if you're ever hurt in an accident, you need a team of local attorneys who have the care, the skill, and the resources to win the most for you, and Sweet James brings over 500 trials of experience to every case, big or small, and that is why they win 98% of the time, and they win big. Call Sweet James at 800-9-million. That's 800-9-million. Find them online at sweetjames.com. Proud partner of your Phoenix Suns.
At Desert Wholesale Diamond, we believe buying a diamond should feel exciting, not overwhelming or overpriced. I'm Diamond Dave, a fourth-generation jeweler, and I've dedicated my career to helping people celebrate life's biggest moments the right way. I hand-select every diamond that comes through our office, making sure it has the right balance of cut, color, clarity, and carat weight to really sparkle. We specialize in custom jewelry from engagement rings to earrings and bracelets designed to reflect your style and your story. And because we keep our operation lean and personal, there's no high-pressure sales and no retail markup. For me, it's not just a transaction. It's about trust. That's why our clients return again and again. At Desert Wholesale Diamond, my promise is simple. Honest guidance, exceptional value, and a stress-free experience from start to finish.
Head to DiamondDaveCantor.com. That's DiamondDaveCantor.com.